All right, we're back again, everybody. So thought we would get started here and hang out. Hopefully, Tim will see that this is live and do this. So we've been doing a lot of Pocket Pennant Run today. It's the third broadcast today for Pocket Pennant Run. So newest edition is out, and I appreciate. Since I'm using StreamYard and StreamYard's being a little weird. Mouse is going to jump around a little bit. There's not going to be a lot of mousing once we get going on this. So going to be showing kind of in real time here, hopefully Tim can make it, how to play this with one of your favorite board games. We'll do this with Strat. We'll do it with not only the board game assistant with the Strat dice on, but also using a new feature where there's no dice at all. And again, you can use any game that you want with this. So it's really, really cool. And hang out and talk a bit. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the 2025 baseball season. Hopefully it's going better for your team than it is for mine. Pirates not off to a very good start. 1-3 when I checked last night. So yikes. But it's only April. All right. I hope folks are enjoying this game. I think it is excellent. And, there's just so much great stuff packed into this new release, and so much more to come as well. So give it a go, guys. It's really, really fun. It'll set you back. The print and play version, it's like $14.99, man. So that's nothing. And the physical version of the game, $24.99, and comes with this amazing piece of software, the Pocket Pennant Run Manager, free. They could easily charge $25 for this or more. So, there you go. Can't beat it, right? So we went over a lot of cool things with this last night. There's so much to cover. So hopefully covered enough to give you guys a good start. There was some talk about the manual in the Facebook group. So to get the manual, you've got to buy either the print and play PDF or the physical game, Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, to actually teach you how to play the game and go over the rules. Because even with a lot of the videos and stuff that I've done, and Paul phased, and we're not really getting really deep down into the rules part of it. And Craig and Matt are doing this, I think, too. As Craig mentioned, kind of protects the game. Hey, there's Philip Reynolds again. He's been with us throughout this whole Odyssey. It is to protect the game because, people could just distribute stuff. I don't think that, that's necessarily the case in this community. But, again, considering that they've got to make some money somehow. And since they're giving this away, I think it's really, really good to honor that and invest in the game. And for what it offers, it's really, really excellent. So, all right, so we've got two people hanging out. I'm hoping that, that's what we're gonna when Tim comes in or whatever, we can just pick a game from history and just do that. And just have some fun. The idea is, and Tim had actually, there's AVD tune-up. Well, let's just go ahead and, is it going to clean things now? I'm not going to worry about this right now. I'll leave this alone. Anyhow, so yeah, whoever Tim decides on, or maybe the chat might decide on, and Tim had volunteered to roll up some strats. So we did that with Midlife Crisis today. We just did a couple innings. He was actually typing in the chat, and I was able to put in the results in this this nice little bit of funness here. So, we'll just pick two teams and go with it. Tim is going to be here. How about Indians and Cubs? That sounds like fun. So we can pick an Indians team from history, a Cubs team from history. We could also pick a year in which both were in contention or what have you. So I think that's a great, idea, Philip. All right. So it's going to be Indians and Cubs, or Cubs Indians. Since Tim's going to be here, I think it's only fair we make the Indians the home team. So cool. Good stuff. So I talked so much about this game last night and today. Kind of hard to fill in this dead time. Tim had a trivia thing, but I guess it was canceled. So hopefully he does catch this. He's usually very good at getting notifications. I should have checked to see if Robert was broadcasting right now. Maybe I should, and maybe that's maybe we'll have to just do something else until Robert gets here. So let me check. No, so Mike is live. Sports Time Machine. Looks like he just got something started there in Stratomatic PC. But Robert, night off here, so I don't see Robert anywhere. All right. Don't know if anybody has any questions or anything about this game. If you do, please ask. Maybe I'll just kind of muck about here for a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's look around. So we'll pick a season. So the last time the Indians won the World Series was 1948. I don't think we would go back that far. We'll pick a good year for them, 95, 96, something like that. Again, I don't think I have any seasons saved or anything. Oh, yeah, I do, 1971. So we'll start by just doing a game from 1971, just doing Pocket Pennant Run. And then when Tim comes on, we will go ahead and switch into Strat, picking 2 teams or whatever. So hopefully that sounds good. And let me find a Pittsburgh Pirates game because we don't do enough Pittsburgh Pirates on here. My favorite team. Thank you very much. There we go. So there's a Pirates-Phillies game that we're going to do. So this is opening day, April 6, 1971. Pirates at Philadelphia, and the Pirates won this game historically 4-2. And let's go ahead and play it again. So Tim, once you come in, just let me know. I'll be looking for you, and we'll get you on the get you in the green screen here. All right, and let's do this. So Pirates versus Phillies, and of course we're going to play advanced Pocket Pennant Run, and we are in it. We are in it. So Doc Ellis is the pitcher tonight. In 1971, Doc Ellis pitched 228 innings with an ERA of 3.04, struck out 137 batters, walked 63. He went 19-9 that year. And leading off here against him, Larry Boa, hot-tempered shortstop. So a 249 hitter back in 1971 with no home runs. Did still 28 bases, though. So you want to keep Larry Boa. If you're the Pirates, you want to keep him off the base paths, and we're ready to go here. Little Pocket Pennant Run action, and already we got a range play. Been waiting for one of these all day. So this one head out to left, and Willie Stargell will race toward the foul line, and he will make the catch for out number 1. All right. All right, here's Don Money now, a 223 average in 71, 7 home runs for him. Ellis has the sign. Here is the wind and the pitch. And this one is going to be a range play for Richie Hebner. And this is going to be just a ground ball, 5-3. So Richie Hebner able to make the play. So 2 up, 2 down for Philadelphia here in the first. And that will bring up Willie Montañez, 255 hitter with 30 home runs in 1971. Here is the wind and the pitch. And this one is going to be off the batter card. And this is going to be a grounder to first, 3 unassisted. So the Phillies go in order. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. The Philadelphia Phillies, nothing. The Pittsburgh Pirates coming to bat. Chris Short taking the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. Leading off here, second baseman Bill Mazeroski, 254 hitter in 71 with a home run. And the wind and the pitch. And this one grounded towards short. And this is going to be a batter 4. And this is going to be a fly ball going out to shallow left field. And that will be out number 1. All right. Batting now, Richie Hebner, the third baseman. Hebner, 271. Good year for him in 1971 with 17 home runs. Hebner getting a lot of platoon action in 71 by Danny Murtaugh. All right, so this one hit toward shortstop. So this is a batter 10. This one could be trouble, and indeed it is. Base hit for Richie Hebner. So Hebner aboard. Let's see what Danny Murtaugh wants to do. I don't think you want to steal with Richie Hebner. He's saying yes, but I'm going to override it. All right, here's the great one, Roberto Clemente. Hit 341 with 13 home runs that year. 6 people watching and just waiting for Clee Baseball Fan, just doing something here to fill up the air, as it were. This was a hard hit ball in the gap, and this one is this one's out into right field. So right fielder fielding the ball. So we're going to do when we see that, we do 1B9. And do I want Clemente to stretch the hit to second against right fielder Roger Freed? I do not. Runners at first and third for the Pirates. And that will bring up Manny Sanguillen. So Sanguillen, 319 hitter, 7 home runs in 1971. No score here. Bottom of the first at Three Rivers Stadium. And here is the pitch. And this is going to be a walk. So Chris Short has a bases loaded situation here. Bases loaded with buckos. Hey, yeah, I am active today. Third broadcast here, waiting on Tim. Hopefully he'll make it in. If not, we'll just keep playing this one for a little bit. All right, here's Bob Robertson. Bob Robertson, good pop in the bat here for Bob Robertson, 1971, 271 average, 26 home runs. As Ken and Philip are greeting one another. All right, Chris Short ready to deal. And this one hit out to right field. Roger Freed, can he get over and make the play? Indeed, he does. This is going to be a fly out to right. So 2 down here in the Pirates first. And that'll bring up Willie Stargell. 48 dingers that year, 295 average. So the Pittsburgh faithful looking for a big swing, chicken on the hill with Will here. And here is the pitch. And this will be off the bat or die 6. And that's going to be a grounder 6-3 to end the inning. So that is it. The Pirates load them up and they do nothing. So we go to the top of the second inning. No score here in Pittsburgh. And there's AP. Welcome in, AP. Again, we're hanging out, waiting to see if Tim will be able to show up. All right, it's going to be Darren Johnson, followed by John Briggs and Roger Freed for the Philadelphia Phillies. Doc Ellis is ready to deal. Here is the wind and the pitch. This one hit out toward third, and Richie Hebner up with it, and he's going to fire onto first for the 5-3 putout. So 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the second here for Philadelphia. And settling in the box now is the left fielder, John Briggs. John Briggs, just 182 average. No home runs, struck out twice, so just 22 at-bats. But this is using the as-played lineup for that day. So Briggs in the box. Let's have a look here at the bench. I'm just curious. So I'm not sure who would have gotten the start here. I probably should have looked a little closer, but this was who Frank Lucchese had in there, so we're going to just stick with it. All right, Doc Ellis, wheels and deals. And this one is going to be a control 5, and that's a strike. So strike them out. So 2 away for Philadelphia. And here's Roger Freed. Roger Freed, 221 hitter in 1971, 6 home runs. Doc Ellis deals range play to Richie Hebner, and this will be a 1-2-3 inning. The Phillies go quietly, and we head to the bottom of the second inning. No score. So the Pirates leaving the bases loaded back at the bottom of the first, unable to capitalize. All right, here's Al Oliver starting in center field for the Pirates here in this game. 282 average with 14 home runs. So this is opening day in Philadelphia. on April 6th, 1971, here in Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, as I check the chat and see what's up. All right, here we go. Chris Short ready to deal. And this one is going to be a batter 3. This one, grounder to short. So textbook 6-3 put out, 1 away for Jackie Hernandez, batting in the 8th slot. Jackie playing shortstop for the Bucks tonight. Hernandez, a 206 hitter in 71 with 3 home runs. So Jackie Hernandez, Rennie Stennett, and Bill Mazeroski working all over the middle of that infield for the world champion 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates. And here is the pitch. And this one is going to be off. This is going to be the batter die 12. This is a park 8. So you go and you check power. And it's an 8. It's a double. It's a pitcher's park. We drop at 1. It is still a double. So a 1-out double for Jackie Hernandez. So the Bucks now with a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 2nd. And it brings up the pitcher Doc Ellis. Doc Ellis at 203 in 1971. Here is the pitch. And this one hit out to left. It's going to be kind of a tough play for John Riggs, but able to get back. And actually, Doc Ellis giving it a ride. John Briggs making the catch short of the track after twisting and turning a little bit there. All right. So 2 outs, and we swing around to the top of the order again. Bill Mazeroski flew out to left last time. Jackie Hernandez with that double in scoring position. Chris Short winds and fires. This one hit to Darren Johnson, ranging off to his right. And this is going to be an error with a question mark. So this is kind of new. We're going to see what happens here. All right, here we go. So that is an error question mark. And we got runners on 1st and 3rd. So just your basic error that time. Sometimes it's going to pop up with something else. So the Bucks with 2 on, 2 down. And that will bring up Richie Hebner. Singled his last time up. Here is the wind and the pitch. This is a left-right 10. And so let me see. We do have the same handedness, but this is still a single. And the Buccos are going to pick up the first run. Richie Hebner with an RBI single. All right, 1-0 Pirates, 2 down. And striding to the plate now, Roberto Clemente singled his last time up. So the Pirates with 4 hits in the game so far. Can you check the score sheet during the gameplay? Absolutely. I'll do it right now. Boop. Bring it right over so you guys can see it. So you can see, let me make it a little bigger so you guys can get a better view of it. So a new addition for this is they're nice and big. You can see any sort of outplays are in red. And if we scroll down here, we can see kind of safe plays hits everything in green. And then what happened on the bases in blue. So we can see Manessy getting walked. Clemente. So really, really nice. Makes things nice and visual. Of course, there's a run scored there. So Jackie Hernandez coming in to score. So yeah, and this is going to track everything as you go along. And then just go ahead and just close it. And anytime you want to open it again, just click score sheet. So, yep, it's scoring as we go. So Philip says he's going to have hockey back on his channel soon. Stone Cold Hockey, to be exact. All right, so back to the baseball game here. All right, Chris Short facing Roberto Clemente. Runners at 1st and 2nd. 2 down, 1 in for the Bucks. And Clemente gets hold of this one, and this is going to be a 6 off the batter die, and he's going to ground this one right to second base, and that will retire the side. But the Pittsburgh Pirates put 1 on the board and lead the Phillies 1-0 as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Opening day here. I'm sorry, I said it was a Philadelphia. Opening day here at Three River Stadium. All right. Tim McCarver now at the plate. 278 back in 1971 with 8 home runs. Doc Ellis, wheels and deals. And this one is going to be a batter 2 And this one, just a ground ball right to first base. Grounder to first. So feeding on to Doc Ellis, covering, 1 away. All right, so Tim is here, and we'll go ahead and save this game and return to it later. So we'll see if Doc Ellis can keep this fine performance going. Got a good one so far. All right, Tim, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the link into chat, and then we'll get you on here. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and save this game. And it is saved. Saved, I say. Amen. Hallelujah. All right, so Tim, before you got here, Philip suggested that since you're going to be doing this, that we should do an Indians-Cubs game. So let's do that. Let's first get you on here. Welcome in, my friend. Can you hear? Are you there, Tim? I don't see the little thing. Oh, I'm hearing something.
Yo.
Oh, there he is. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. I am doing well. Good to see you.
So what year were you thinking? I personally, for cards, if you want to do more 72, I'd be happy to do National League 72. I've not done
We can
National
tell you
League
what, we'll do whatever season you want, whatever teams you want. We just thought you might want an Indians team because you're an Indians fan.
I'll tell you what. How good were the Pirates in 76?
Pretty good. We only had one sub 500 year. That was 1973 for obvious reasons.
Why don't we do the Indians and the Pirates from 76? Because the 76 Indians weren't terrible either.
Okay. So we'll just
go grab the cards real quick.
You grab the cards and I'll get them. And we'll let the Indians be the home team.
Okay. All right. Let me move my laptop over to the actual gaming table.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. So
now are you rolling the dice or are you
you're gonna roll? Well, I can roll the dice. How do you want to do this? Because the way Midlife Crisis and I did this earlier is I rolled them on screen. He gave me the result. You could roll the dice. Give me. I mean, however you want to do this.
Actually, why don't you roll the? Since we want to, do you want to do like an inning where you put the dice on there and then maybe another inning I'll roll the dice?
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
Okay, that works.
All right. All right. So here we go, guys. Let me just get the 76 Cleveland Indians in here. And so what's happening for anybody that's and we do want pitchers to hit, I think. Yes, we do.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the Pirates. Yep. Pirates will start John Candelaria. Okay. And we're going to leave the fatigue ratings where they are because we're actually playing Strat. So it doesn't really matter. I don't know who's starting for Cleveland. You're the Cleveland expert here.
For 76, I am actually not.
Okay. So I'm just going to try to pick just whomever. Let's go with well, hey, Dennis Eckersley was a starter that year. I'm going to just bump it up here. Okay. There we go.
Okay,
all right.
Found the Indians. Now let's see if I can find the Pirates real quick.
Okay. Yes, Philip, I do save games that I haven't finished, so that Pirates Phillies game is saved. Can return to it whenever I want. So, yep. And this game saves automatically after every at bat too.
All right. And let's see. So we have Eckersley going for the Indians.
Yep.
These cards are going to stick a little bit. I guess I'll have Jim Zibby, the former Pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. A very interesting player named Jackie Brown, not played by a certain actor.
Right, by a certain actor, exactly. So, guys, what we're going to be doing, while what Tim is doing, is we're actually going to be playing Strat inside using Pocket Pennant Run. The Pocket Pennant Run Manager as a board game assistant, if you will.
Found it. Okay.
All right.
Eckersley is only a 6.
So for what, first fatigue on there?
Yes.
Yeah, so I bumped him up on a 7, but that's for pocket pennant runs. So
Okay.
again, I'm looking for the fatigue. You guys didn't have any 7 fatigue pitchers on here in 1976. So, but again, since we're doing this with Strat,
So we got
and I can change the pitcher though if you have somebody else
Nope.
you'd rather.
Nope, that's good enough for me.
Okay.
So you got Manning leading off. You got Buddy Bell batting second. Okay. You got
Kuiper batting third.
Double play Dwayne batting third.
Yep.
By the way, the only home run he ever hit in real life was off of a Euclid, Ohio native, Steve Stone.
Oh wow, good trivia there.
Okay, forgive me, I don't have the. You know what? Yes, we do have Todd B's favorite player, George Hendrick, playing today.
All right, good. Got to make Todd B happy. I mean, you Cleveland fans got to stick together, right?
There's double play Dwayne. And there's George Hendrick. And we got Rico Curdy, God rest his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did I ever mention the one time that I pulled a all Cleveland? Yeah, I did mention that one. But I pulled an all Cleveland Immaculate Grid.
Yes, that was cool. That was super cool.
Let's see here. We got Mr. Bloody Mary himself, Boog Powell.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank Duffy, who's also on the 72 team. Let's see here.
So I thought maybe we would start with just Strat Advanced, and if occasionally you wanted to just test this and see how it works with Super Advanced, we can do that as well.
Yep.
So,
and then Rick Cerrone behind the plate.
Yep.
Did Cerrone get traded?
So since I'm not playing this out of the season, I just picked these quick play. I just did these as quick play. Yeah. So
no problem. I mean, if I can't hold on, let me pull up Rick Cerrone and see if he didn't get traded in 76. Because he'll probably be under a different team, but that's okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. Rick Cerrone. 76. No, he was with Cleveland, but he only had 7 games played.
Well, this would be one of them.
I'd have to use my phone for that one then. Because that's
Gotcha.
Let's see. My phone now. Here we go. Okay. All right. Get this pulled up. All right, and then Eckersley is batting 9th. Okay.
All right, yeah.
Do we have a bench for the Indians?
We'll see that when we get into the game.
Okay, I will just keep the cards to the side then. And for the Pittsburgh Pirates, we have John Candelaria.
Yep.
Okay, Cobra's probably going to be starting. No, oh, there's Cobra. Okay. And Oliver not playing. Okay.
Nope. Who do we got here in center field here? Yeah, I've got Bill Robinson in center today.
All right, that's fair. Stennett is playing. Okay.
Yes. Yep. So Philip, you can print score sheets out. So if you wanted to just use this to generate a pre-filled score sheet, you could do that, print it out, and just roll up that way if you want to. So there's different degrees of what you can do with this software.
And do you have Candelaria as at a 9?
Again, it's so it doesn't really matter the fatigue rating because we're going to be playing Strat.
Okay.
So in here he's a 7 for a pocket pennant run rating, but we're playing Strat, so these ratings on here are meaningless.
Mario Mendoza.
Oh, poor Mario. Imagine having your name, just associated with that, like, the Mendoza line forever. Ugh.
All right.
So
Thank
I
you
think
for hanging around while I get all the lineups made
take
here.
your time. You're all good. So, guys, I think a lot of this, again, and what I tried to do with this afternoon's thing, and it's still, I think because this product is so different, it's still for everybody to, it's a bit like to get your head around to understand that what you're seeing when we get into the game, you're not going to be seeing strat cards. You're going to be seeing pocket pennant run cards. But Tim, this is like Tim rolling up a strat game, and then we're putting in the results of each play and stuff like that. So the ratings that you'll see on these cards, those are pocket pennant run ratings. They don't affect strat at all. You're really using this as just kind of a way to input. And if you're doing a season replay, you can let pocket pennant run play all your other games or games that you don't want to play, what have you. So that's what it does. Pretty much the way Digital Diamond does it. Kind of the same thing, really. Just Digital Diamond, graphically different. Craig told me today that he tried to get one other addition into the game today, was having the pitcher sprite face either lefty or righty, depending upon. He said, but he couldn't get it done in time for the release. That will be in the next update. So that'll be nice. You'll be able to see handedness at a glance, which is nice too.
So Candelaria is a 3. Eckersley is a 1, probably because he didn't.
Kind of like replay baseball, but a hell of a lot less expensive, Philip.
All right. Well, if you want to go ahead, I have all the cards ready, and I have the pictures ready.
All right, here we go, and look at this, huh? We got these nice, pretty logos here, and we're going to start with the Strat dice, the Strat interface, and there we are. So I think what would probably be easiest for you, Tim, is if I roll the dice on like here, and then like for a half. I guess we'll figure this out. Would that be easier than you rolling up the dice at this point?
Yes.
Okay, because now. And bear in mind, I haven't played Strat in ages, so this is really going to be a lot of you telling me when I need to do checks for whatever. Okay.
And are we playing advanced or super advanced?
We'll play whatever you want.
We'll start with advanced.
We'll start. Yeah, I mean, I think just to ease ourselves in, there is a basic Strat too, I guess, or something. Yes. But I don't even know if you play that or.
I have not played. I think played in one game of basic. I was like, this is just too boring for me. What? I'm not going to hate on Dave Gardner plays basic, and hey, for a quick little game, that's the
exactly
way you go play it.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to roll the dice, and here we go.
Okay, so we have a 6-7 off of a lefty. We have a second base chance for. And who's our second baseman?
Our second baseman here is Dwayne Kuiper.
Yes. No. Oh, sorry. The Indians are the home team. Whoops. Let me reverse that then.
Okay.
It's 7 for. It's still second base X for Eckersley. Okay. So Kuiper. Okay. So do we want to just go off of what the D20 says on there?
No, I can re-roll the D20. That's fine. Because it doesn't matter these dice, right? If I'm just re-rolling the D20.
Right.
Do you want to do that? Let's do that. Let's roll the D20. Okay, so we got a 14.
As a 2, that's fine. That's a ground out.
Okay, so grounder to second?
Yes.
Okay, then all we do, guys, is we just go to select out, ground ball 4-3. That's it. 1 away, batter up now. And that brings up center fielder Bill Robinson for the Bucks. Okay. And rolling them up. Here we go.
3-6 against a righty. And, if we were only playing super advanced, it's a fly ball to left field.
And fly to left. All right. What would have happened if it was a super advanced?
That would have been that's the ballpark check.
Ballpark check. Okay. Fun stuff. All right. Batter up. So remember, guys, so every once in a while, Tim, I'm going to be just kind of just interrupting the flow. So, guys, what I was explaining at the beginning is these ratings that you see on here, because somebody asked earlier today, are these games integrated? They're not. Strat's not going to allow that. What's hard-coded in here is the dice. The buttons when you're working with Pocket Pennant Run and you're playing with a game, of course, besides the dice, and we're going to do the no dice version, by the way, too. That's going to kind of put things on Tim a little bit more. Okay. But you're just worrying about just batter up. You're going to select your out, a hit, or other. And then, of course, any sort of lineup changes you want to make. And you don't even have to choose to do that. If you want your cards to just do that. But if you don't want to shuffle cards about, you can use it for this, but don't pay attention to the stuff. This is the man behind the curtain, Mr. Wizard. So these are ratings for pocket pennant run baseball, but we're playing Strat. Okay, here we go. Rolling them up.
All right, so 4-5 against the righty. Swung on and missed, struck him out, and that retires the side.
Indeed it does. All right, Cleveland now coming up to bat. So Candelaria leading, or we facing Rick Manning here to lead off. Roll the dice.
All right, so it's a 5 and a 6 against the lefty. What's our D20 say? 14.
I can re-roll it. Oh. Or do you just want to just make a rule that whatever comes up is what we'll stay with?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. All right, it's a 14.
14, that's a base hit.
Base hit. All right. So here we go. Indians get the first hit of the game. And
I got to see what Sanguian is.
Okay.
So Sanguian is a -1. Manning is a B stealer. We are holding him on, I would assume.
So I've got to say here, what's really, really fun is he's also a B stealer and pocket pennant run. So that's cool. So pretty good rating system here. Yeah. I'm just curious. We're not playing pocket pennant run, but let's see what Frank Robinson, if he'd be even calling for a steal here. Nope.
Okay, so we will not. Okay, so they will hold him on.
Yep. Okay, and we're going to roll the dice here. But again, that's up to Strat. Right. So, but I was just curious what the manager here would do. And by the way, another announcement from Craig, something that's coming a little bit later in the year is they're really going to expand the AI in this game. So really excited about that. All right, rolling them up. There we go.
Okay, 2 and an 8 against the lefty. And that ball is driven to deep left center field, going back to the warning track to the wall, and that ball is out of here.
Oh, ouch. Candyman getting touched up here. 2-run shot by Buddy Bell, and the Indians off to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Wow. We don't have super stats replay, so we can't show it again. All right. Dwayne Kuiper now in there, rolling him up for Dwayne. There we go.
Okay. 5 and a 6 against the lefty. Boy, he's getting touched up. That's a base hit for Kuiper.
Damn. All right, base hit.
And Kuiper is a C stealer. I probably wouldn't say we would hold him on.
All right. Coming up to bat now here is George Hendrick. And
favorite player.
Rolling the bones. There we go.
5 and a 12. That is a pitcher X. Roll the D20 again.
Roll the D20 again. All right. And the D20 gives us a 3.
Oh, boy. That might not be good.
Oh, God.
3 and a 3. That's a single with two base advance.
Single with 2 base advance. So we go to select hit, guys. Single, you see the 2 asterisks. Boom. Runners at first and third. Uh-oh. Candelaria. There's what's that, Tim?
One thing. I guess you could adjust your own for playing infield in or infield back.
So what happens is you would have to just so pocket pennant run has rules for how you do that, but we're not playing pocket pennant run. So if you're calling infield in or however you want that positioning, then again you would just give me that result. Okay. So are you playing infield in or is I'm not playing against you?
Inning, probably not.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Now we have
Rico Cardi. And we roll them up. I should have some dice out here to just make noise, but we're cool. All right, here we go.
3 and a 5 against the lefty. Line drive right to the second baseman, and it is caught.
Oh, beautiful. At least we get a little bit of a break here. That's all right. Well, I mean, Candy's just getting roughed up here. All right, let me just find the line out here. I've done too much of this stuff today. You know what? It's probably staring me right in the face. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. All right. And you said this was line to second?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Finally, 1 out and coming to the plate now. Boog Powell.
Mr. Bloody Mary himself.
All right. And here we go.
2 and an 11 against the lefty. That's a ground ball to third. He goes to second to get 1, but the return throw to first is not in time. So the runner from third will score.
All right. So we're going to score this one a 5-3
5-4.
or a 5-4. Okay. Got
Yep.
it. Ground ball and runner advances.
Yep.
All righty. Let me find it here. Oh, I've got to do it like this. So this is where you sometimes have to go to manual outs, guys. So I'm going to hit GB with an asterisk. Our first fielder is the third baseman. So we just select third baseman. Our second is the second baseman, and enter play, and a run scores. So you saw there. I'm just gonna before we roll for the next batter. So you can see there, guys, that particular play wasn't there. Okay. There's not these. There wasn't a 5-4 with runners advancing. But that's when you don't see the out there. Just hit this tab, and then you just select this there. Okay. And let's look at our score sheet because we do want to still show some things for folks that are going to be checking this later. 12 people watching. I'm sorry I have to keep readjusting this. I just want to make sure everybody can see it. So let's look at what the Indians have done so far. So very clearly we can see the 3 runs scored there, and then everything else going on. Really nice score sheet. Love the way it does. And it's going to be tracking pitcher fatigue, how many batters they face, the whole thing. But again, because we're playing Strat, don't pay attention to the fatigue at all. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and close that. And let's bring up our next hitter. And that's going to be Frank Duffy. That's a good dead ball name there. And let's roll him up.
Okay, 3 and a 6 against the lefty. Fly ball to center field, and right there in Robinson's tracks, he will put it away.
And we'll take it.
And hold on, is there runners on first? Runners only on first. So
that was the end of the that was it.
The end of the inning. Okay.
Yep, end of the inning. So the Indians put 3 on the board. Good evening, John DFW. We head to the top of the second. The Indians right now with the advantage over the playing 1976 here. 76 Indians, 3, the 76 Pirates, nada. Do you want to keep going with just the dice as we are? Or do you want to roll up some dice?
I think I'm going to roll up some dice here.
You're going to roll up some dice? Okay, so that's going to give me a chance to show everybody this nifty new feature. So if I go here, guys, to change dice, all I have to do is do this. Board Game Assistant, no dice. So now Tim is going to roll the dice, and it's going to be a little harder work for him. He's going to give me the result. Or it might be easier work because this is more what you're used to.
All right, so I have a 4-9 against the lefty.
And this
That's
is
a big
Dave
hit
Parker.
to center field.
All right, Dave Parker. Come on, Cobra. Let's go. John says he worked 11 half hours today. He's beat. Well, buddy, I hope you have a good night's sleep, and maybe the dulcet tones of Tim's voice will help you sleep because mine will probably keep you awake all night. All right. Richie Zisk. Wow, there's a name. All right.
Hold on. Cerrone is a plus. Oh, boy. So I'd say maybe down 3 with nobody out. Probably not time to go. I'm guessing it'd say nothing for Murtaugh to send him to second.
Well, again, this would be what Pocket Pennant Run would say. Let's see what Murtaugh would say. Murtaugh's calling for the steal. I'd
say 60%, probably not with nobody out.
No, I wouldn't. But again, that we're just checking that, guys, just for fun. That doesn't affect. So if we wanted, so let's say, just for instance, Tim, we're not going to record this, but if you would roll for a steal, could you roll for a steal?
Sure.
And again, and I just want to show these guys how to do that.
Okay, so because he's a beast stealer, so he starts at a 13. They're holding him on, so okay. 10. Cerrone is a +2, so that puts him 1 to 12.
Okay, so what we do, guys, now again, Tim is rolling the dice now, and we'll be switching back and forth. So what you're going to do when you're playing with your board game is you go ahead and click on your runner that's on, and you hit the tab that says Board Game Assistant. Now, Tim's just rolled that up, and what would be our?
He is safe at second.
Okay, so we're good. So I don't want to cheat. I said we weren't going to do it, but if I press steal, he's going to be safe because Strat's already decided he's going to be safe, and Parker would be in scoring position second. But I said we wouldn't actually do it. Yep. I feel like I'm cheating. I would be cheating. But there's how you do it, guys. You can also down here, this is how runners advance on a hit, runners advance on an error. So again, if you get a rundown play, you get pickoffs, caught stealing, a steal with an error, pinch runners, all that stuff here, remove runner, what have you. Okay, So now we're back to it, and Richie Zisk is at the plate, and Dave Parker's on it first.
Okay. And whoops.
Oh, I didn't hear the state. What was it, John? If you're not too tired to type that out, to his statement today about Jurickson Profar.
All right. Oh, he got suspended 80 games for PED usage.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, good.
All right. So we got a 4.8 to Zisk, and that's just a bit outside ball 4.
Ball 4. All right. So Eckersley issuing the walk. All right. Runners at first and second. And here is the dangerous Willie Stargell.
One swing of the bat could tie this up. 3 and an 11 against a lefty, and that's okay. I have to remember the rule.
Okay.
The fly ball question mark that you can advance to third. Okay, hold on. Or does it have to be fly ball?
It amazes me while you're looking that up, just addressing the
Yeah,
chat.
it's okay. So it's not a fly ball right field B, just solid. It's the question mark. You can't go from second to third on a question mark.
Okay, so we're recording this as what?
This is a fly ball to right, and nobody advances.
Fly to right, nobody advances. All right, we can do that. Bam, done. Okay, so
diamond shot there.
Okay.
All right.
We've got Rennie Stennett here now.
Okay, hold on. Oh boy. Hold on a second.
Take your time. This is all about fun. This is just all about having some fun here.
Okay, here we go. All right, and here's the pitch to Rennie Stennett. 3 and a 6 against the lefty. Popped him up first base side and be caught by the first baseman.
All right, so we go pop out and P3. Boom. There we go. So 2 out. And here's Richie Hebner.
The Gravedigger.
The Gravedigger.
All right.
Buccos with 2 on, trying to get in this game. Indians posted 3 in the bottom of the first.
2 and a 10, and we're going to roll the D20. That is a 15, and that's just over the outstretched arms of Buddy Bell, and that will get to the wall. Scoring from second is the runner there, and we will have runners on second and third.
All right, so we got a double
two base advance.
2 base advance on a double, right?
Yep.
All right, run score. Buccos get on the board with 2 down, and Tony M, welcome in. He says, tuning up. How do we get the update? So Tony, let me get the next batter up. Here's Candyman. So Tony, if you bought this game already, look in your email, and I would suggest also looking in your spam folder, and you will get the link and the password to be able to get this. What I would suggest you do, and if you haven't created any custom teams or anything, just go ahead, get rid of your old one, install the new one. So he was caught for performance-enhancing drugs, and the Braves wrote, "We were surprised and extremely disappointed. We fully support the program and are hopeful that he will learn from this experience." Yeah, in other words, screw him. Well, you know what? Baseball may be a little too late, but you got to crack down. You got to crack down. I do get that you still have to have talent to play the game, but good to see something going on there. And for me to say something good about I don't know if that was the club or was that the commissioner that puts that in place.
I think it's collectively bargained.
Collectively bargained. Okay. He's been barred from the past season. They may as well release him. Wow.
Well, he's half the season, and I don't think he's eligible for postseason play.
Woof.
Yeah.
Yikes. That is tough. All right. We got John Candelaria up here.
All right. So the Candyman. 1 and a 5. Ground ball to short, and that will retire the side. They'll retire the side.
So for those of you just tuning in, what we're doing here is Tim is actually playing Stratomatic, the board game, and we're using Pocket Pennant Run as a as a board game assistant. I don't own Strat, so even if I did, I don't have the room here to set up and do all this. So Tim kindly said today, I will be your guinea pig, as he said. So guinea pigs are awesome creatures. Tim is an awesome dude. So there we are. All right, Candelaria is going to face. We're going to have Rick Cerrone up here, Eckersley, then the top of the order, and Rick Manning. So here we go.
All right, for the second inning, let's go through the third inning. We'll do super advanced.
Okay, do you want me to return to the dice, or do you want to keep rolling dice?
I'll keep rolling the dice here for the.
All right.
We have Rick Cerrone up. Let me get his card up.
Corey, welcome in. He says he's downloading the update now. Hope all's well. Corey, just to help out Tony M, you were able to get your email, obviously. So that was there. So Tony, if you don't get that, just shoot something to Craig Harris. He's still usually around by this time. Just put in a little support ticket or whatever on the site. But you should get it. Okay, so it was in your email, Corey. Good. All right. Go ahead, Tim.
5 and a 6, and if a 1 occurs, then Cerrone gets on with a triple. If not, it's an out. And it's an out. So yeah, fly ball to center field.
All right. Good. I don't need heart failure here. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm like invested in this game here. It's great. All right, here's Eckersley now.
Okay, so Eckersley, I wonder if he even batted in 76. Probably not.
Midlife, hope you're doing well. Thank you, buddy, today for playing. So Midlife did some Strat for us today. That was cool.
10 against a right-handed batter. Fly ball to shallow left, and that ball is caught.
So Tim, you keep the suspense up great. I'm like, whoa, what's going to happen here? All right, back at the top of the order, Rick Manning, who singled his last time up. If anytime anybody wants to see the score sheet, let me know. I'll pop it up. John says, Beatles, if you ever get back into Cards and Dice, I think I'd like the Strat Diamond Gem sets, best teams of each decade. I would love something like that. That's right in my wheelhouse, John. And I am going to get back into Cards and Dice, man. I am. It's not a question of if, it's when.
All right, so we got a 6 and a 2, and that's just missed off the outside corner. The catcher, Sanguine's giving the dirty look to the umpire, but
that's all.
He might need that call later.
Oof. Take a walk, Mr. Manning. All right.
Yes.
All right, Buddy Bell had that big bomb, 2-run shot back in the first.
2 and a 10, and oh boy, 50-50 double chance.
Uh-oh.
And the Pirates get the right side of it, but runners on first and third.
Runners on first and third. So it's a single 2-base advance?
Single 2-base advance, yes.
All right. All right. And all right. 2 down for Dwayne Kuiper. He singled his last time. Midlife says, no problem. He says it was fun. Bob Gibson and Pete Ladd couldn't get anybody out either. Tigers crushed the Brewers 19-1. Ouch.
Ouch. I think that ties the highest. 19's the highest I've ever gotten. I have to pull that one up. I know that's in my Twins replay. Kuiper with a 2-8. That's a bouncer to second, and that will retire the side.
All right. So the Buccos get out of one here, guys. And we will go to the top of the third inning. And the Pirates will we got Frank Tavares now. So
and we will start the super advanced portion of our program here.
Super advanced. Okay, so just I ask you to be patient with me too. So
the Indians are the home team.
Yes.
So there are certain symbols. I wish I could pull up a Strat card here for you, but I can't. Well, I mean, you could switch the camera, but I don't know if you can or not, and I could probably show it on mine.
Yes, I can. Yeah, if you want to do that, I can present for you. All right, guys. Let's bring in. I have to start. That's okay. I'll get you here. Oops, wait. Add to stage. There we go, guys. Hang on a second here until.
Oh crap! It's going to be backwards, but
I'm being so weird here. Hang on a second, guys. Why am I being like? I'm being like extra stupid here. How do I get you on here, Tim? Oh, let's try this. There we go. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, so if you see the ones that have the upside down triangles,
Yes.
That is the ballpark singles.
Okay.
And so if it's against the lefty, it'd be a 1 to 5 would be a base hit. If against the
Gotcha.
righty, it's a 1 to 11. And if you let me see if there's any diamonds on here. Oh yes,
Okay.
like 5. Oops, 5-2 has your diamond. That
All
is
right.
the ballpark home run, and that's a 1 to 9 for each of them if they have normal power. If they have weak power, it is 1 to 9 just to get a base hit.
All right. So Strat Super Advanced, pretty mind bending stuff for Egypts like myself, because I haven't played in so very long.
All right, so we'll go and switch back to the game.
Yep, we are back on this. There you go. Tim looking healthy. There we go. All right, Tim, we're ready to rock.
All right, so Eckersley will face Frank Tavares.
Yep.
4 and an 8. And that's, oh boy, that's just a bit high. Ball 4. And Tavares is a double-A stealer. And yes, he will be more than likely getting to go.
Okay.
Now, actually, we are going to do super advanced stealing here.
Okay, let's do it.
So for those that do not know for stealing and super advanced, there's the stealing is at the top, and then they'll have something like an asterisk, and then a bunch of numbers on the left-hand side, and there may be some on the right-hand side of the dash. The numbers on the left-hand side are your safe range. So Tavares has I can get a lead on 2 to 6 or a 12. And oh boy, Eckersley is a wow. Eckersley is a +5 hold, and Cerrone is a +2 arm. So the max you can.
So, and if I remember right, what you explained to me in Strat, pluses are not good, right?
Pluses are not good.
Right.
No.
Okay.
So
we send in Frank.
Yes. So the max you can be is either plus or -5.
Okay.
So essentially, he's going to be +5, +7, +5, so +3. If I get a jump, he can only be out on a 20.
Okay.
So let's see if he gets a jump. And he does not. So
okay. So no steal.
So no steal.
No attempt. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Here's Bill Robinson. Last time up, he flew off the left.
All right. So now, since we're playing super advanced, I'm going to play what's called the havoc roll. Uh-oh. So you can play. So what you do is you roll a d20 beforehand. If it's a 1, there's a chance for a wild pitch. If it's a 2, you roll a d6. A 1 through 3 is a chance for a balk. A 4 through 6 is a chance for a wild pitch.
All right.
And nothing on the 12. Okay, so now here comes Bill Robinson.
This is fun, man. I'm having so much fun. I love this. Go ahead.
Robinson, 2 and a 7 against the lefty. That's ripped into left field for a base hit. Tavares getting a jump, heads to third, and the Buccos have runners on the corners with nobody out.
All right. Finally, something happening for us here. And here's Manny Sanguillen. Sanguillen in the batting in the third slot. Struck out last time against the Eck.
So, Beatles, have you ever heard the Hey There Pittsburgh Pirates parody from the song Hey There Delilah?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so there was a song called Hey There Delilah.
Yeah, that from the play. I love that song. Yeah, great song.
So there was a parody song called Hey There Pittsburgh Pirates. And one of the things in there, and I think I can get this past YouTube, Manny Sanguillen smoked too many doobs.
I love it. Oh my God, I love it. I have to look for it now. I have to look for it, and I'll be singing it all day tomorrow at work.
All right.
Corey's got this installed. Looking for you're gonna have so much fun with this, Corey. I promise.
All right, so Sanguillen, a 2 and a 10, and here is our 2 and a 10 against the lefty. That's a ground ball to first. He goes to second for 1, but the return throw is not in time. So fielder's choice, we'll say 3 to 6. Runner scores.
Okay, so we'll do this as 6-3. Runner scores.
Do
that way. Or 3-6. We have a 3. Oh, we'll have to go to our manual outs. And again, we're going to do ground ball. And we've got first base. And we got shortstop. And we enter. And a run scores. So the Buccos creeping closer. It's now 3-2. All right. Runner on first, and here's the Cobra, single last time up. So, guys, we're showing this newest feature here, by the way. You notice there's no dice down here,
15.
Which means you can play this with any game. And so, Tim, kindly, now we're doing super advanced to see if there's a way to trip things up. And so far, no, unless I mess up like I did with Midlife Crisis twice today. And it was like stupid.
All right, stupid. So Parker rolls a 1 and a 7. And that's a base hit up the middle. And heading to
baby.
Third. So that's a single two base advance.
Yeah, baby. All right, Buccos with runners at the corners, 1 out. And that brings up Richie Zisk. Walked his last time up.
By the way, Zisk played for a few teams. He was also a Chicago White Sox and a Seattle Mariner, I believe. Nothing on the Havoc roll, so let's go to Zisk. 6 and a 10 against a righty. Swung on and missed, struck him out.
Sigh. All right, 2 down. And it brings up Willie Stargell, flew out to right last time up.
Okay, can anybody actually hear when I'm rolling the dice?
Yeah, there are dice being rolled, and it's not an illusion. So I'm hearing it. Should be hearing it.
All right, so the first one I'm rolling is the D20 to see if there's a wild pitch or whatever.
Okay,
so here's Stargell, lefty on lefty matchup. 5 and an 8. And we have a triple to 7, single the rest. And that's a base hit with a 2-base advance.
And the Buccos will take it and tie it up here in the third. All right, runner still at the corners, 2 away for Rennie Stennett. And he popped to first his last time up.
Nothing on the 15. 4 and a 7 against the righty. Struck him out.
That's all right. The Buccos pick up 3 in the inning, or 2 in the inning, I'm sorry, and that ties it up. All right. So, guys, we head to the bottom of the third inning, and we are knotted at 3 here at Cleveland Municipal Stadium. Interesting that it doesn't affect the Strat play. Hey, Aaron. But it's interesting they're calling Municipal Stadium a hitter's park. I never thought of that as a hitter's park.
Yeah, well, must have been after they moved back the fences, because in 71 and 72, the ballpark home run was automatic. It was 1-20.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
So they wanted it to play that was even more of a hitter's park in the early 70s. They must have been probably about 50-50, I think.
I guess because I just think of Municipal Stadium as having that huge capacity. I think of it as this cavernous ballpark. Yes. But apparently,
nobody ever hit one to the center field bleachers.
I believe that. That
was a strong poke. I think somebody might have done it in like a charity softball game.
Wow.
Yeah, that's almost center field Tiger Stadium poke.
Wow. All right, we got George Hendrick leading off here. George Hendrick with a single in his last at bat.
All right, so Hendrick. That's a 4-11 against the lefty. And that is a ballpark single result. So against a lefty, that's a 1-5 chance. And that is a 5, so that's a base hit.
All right, runner on. And that brings up Rico Cardi. He lined to second last time.
Okay. Nothing on the 10. And here's Cardi. 2 and a 7. Against the lefty, and that's a base hit, and going to third is Hendrick.
Oh, these Indians are playing us tough here. Runners at the corners here for Boog Powell. So only 9 home runs in 1976, and we don't want one of those. We don't want one of those right now. I don't. You do.
And for giggles, we will play the infield in.
Okay, infield in.
Yes.
All right.
Nothing on the 11. 4 and an 8 lefty. 3. Struck him out.
Big whiff. Love that. All right. 1 away. And that brings up Frank Duffy. Flew to center.
Nothing on the 7. Here's Duffy. They like a couple more of those. Well, he's better against lefties than he is against righties. Candelaria is in some of these games. 1 and a 7. And because I didn't say infield back, we're still playing infield in. That's a ground ball back to the mound.
Okay.
And let's see here. Ground ball B. Batter is safe. Runner on third is out.
Ooh, okay. So let me see. How am I gonna score that here? I got to see what we have here. All right, so the runner on third is out. So was he breaking for home?
So I think you're going to go pitcher to home.
Pitcher to home. Gotcha. Okay. So you're going to go ground ball. You guys can tell I don't play a lot.
This is going to be ground ball star because we want everybody else to advance.
Oh, ground ball star. Okay, ground ball star. There we go. And I got ground ball star, pitcher to catcher.
Yep.
I've selected illegal play. What?
Wait a minute.
Why
is try just ground ball, pitcher to catcher.
Okay. Just make sure I've got it set. Yep. I've still selected an illegal play. Uh-oh. Craig, do we have a bug?
We may have a bug.
So let me look over here. Ground ball with runners advancing. So we have a 1 to 3. We don't have a ground ball 1-2. That's why I was going to the manual outs.
All right, let's try ground ball pitcher.
Right. So got that.
No. So there's pitcher in the out column. Try clicking that.
Over what, on the quick outs or these manual outs?
Just so it says out where you have GB, GBL.
You're right. So I got pitcher. GB. Oh, pitcher. Here we go. Oh no. See, it's just okay. So pitcher.
Okay. So then let's see if we can get pitcher, and then let's see if we can have pitcher to catcher here.
As fielder 1. Let's see.
Fielder 1 pitcher, fielder 2 catcher.
That made 3 outs, so that's not right.
Okay, so there were 2 outs already. Okay, my apologies. All right.
Oh no, you're good. Maybe that's why it was yelling at me about illegal play. We weren't keeping up with the outs. Okay, so all good so far. Corey says, think I've noticed a small bug unless I'm doing something. The Apple dice are usually D6. In my game, they're D12. Yeah, I thought Apple dice were D6s. Okay. So Corey, what you can do, just if you're on the Facebook group on Pocket Pennant Run, just private message Paul Fay and let him know. It's probably going to be an easy fix. Hopefully they can even do it as a hot fix.
Beatles, we're going to have the dice come back.
We're going to have the dice come back. Let's have a look here really, really quickly. I just want to look at the APA dice here. So let's bring up APA. Yeah, you're right. So I'm just going to, it's not going to matter. Yeah. So these are definitely D12s. So yes, got to let Craig know. Yeah, that's a no good. All right, let's bring back the Strat dice. Okay, so guys, if you're going to play APA with this, it doesn't matter. This is just for clicking the dice. But I will let Craig know that he's got to make these 2 D6s. Yeah. And you know what? I will do that as well, Corey. And he might even be catching this. I know he tunes into this channel a lot, even after the fact. All right, we're going to change dice, and we're going to go back to Strat. And there we are. There's the Strat dice, and we know they are proper.
Yep, they are. Okay, so we have Hebner against Eckersley.
Yep, and there we go.
Okay.
So would it help if I read the dice to you, or you're cool with reading them? Or?
Well, 6-7 is your roll.
6-7. Yep.
Okay, so that's a ground ball. It's a second base chance.
Okay.
So Kuiper is a 2. Roll the D20 again, please. And we're going to do this in super advanced.
20.
Oh, did all 3 of them go?
Yeah, all
that's
3.
Great. We need that.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay.
Yes. So in super advanced, you total up. Now you have to figure out Kuiper, a 2, and you go by the D20, which is a 20. So that's fine. That's a G1.
That's a critical hit in D&D, buddy.
You know they have a D&D pinball game now.
They do?
Yes.
Awesome.
And then an E12, so you add up all the D6s, and thankfully it's a roll of 10, and that is fine. So it's a ground out to second.
Grounder to second. All right. So hope you guys are having fun and seeing that this does work well. Now, I what would really be fun is, and again, Tim, you're doing a great job. So, but what I would like to know is, because Tim and I are also kind of broadcasting here, and because I can't see what he's rolled up, he's got I can see this, but I don't know what this means in Strat, whether it's advanced or super advanced. I have no idea.
So, all right.
But it'd be fun to get a sense of what people think of the flow doing it on your own. So anybody that does this, if you're using this as your board game assistant, let us know, maybe in a future broadcast or whatever, how you feel, how the flow works and stuff, and how you're using the software.
The next scatter, and I'll kind of give you the flow of it. So go ahead and
okay, all right. Let's bring up John Candelaria. Not too exciting, and gonna roll him up here. I read the white die first, so it's a 6.
The white die determines on if it goes off the batter card or the pitcher card.
Okay, so we got a. I'll just always be the 6 and a 10. So 6 off.
6 goes off the pitcher card.
Yep.
You add the 2 red dice together. So 10. Candelaria is a lefty. So that is a swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. Strike out. So John's Braves won a season against the Evil Empire tonight. Gotta love that. All right. So 2 down. So Tim and I, we love our baseball, but we can't keep track of outs. Here comes Frank Ramirez back at the top of the order. Walked his last time up.
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
And here we go. We got a 1 and a 5.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that will retire the side.
All right. And indeed it does. So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We are knotted at 3. And here is Rick Cerrone, flew out to center last time up. And we got a 3-8.
I got to pull up Cerrone because he is not carded. Cerrone, a 3 and an 8. Popped him up. The shortstop calls for it and makes the catch.
All right. Yeah, I was about to ask you, and then I looked down there and I saw the number of at bats, so I can see why he wasn't carded. Yeah. All right, 1 away, and brings up Eckersley now. Eck flew out to left last time up, and we got us a 5-6.
Okay, 5-6. Eckersley bats right-handed. Oh, and the D20 is a 17.
Yep.
Well, that's a base hit for Eckersley.
Uh-oh, look out. All right, Eckersley doing it up here. All right, coming to bat now, Rick Manning. He has walked and singled in this game, and it's a 4-10, Tim.
And okay, so this is a center field X chance, which means it's a tougher play for the center fielder. So re-roll all the dice.
Okay, and we come up with a 4-6. And then a 3 on the D20 if you need that.
Ooh,
I have no idea.
Center fielder is Robinson.
3
and a 3. That'll get over his head. 3 and a 3.
And then there was a power outage. No, I'm just kidding.
So you add them all together. Robinson is a 3. And 3, there should not be a 10. There is not. So double runners advance 2 bases.
This is making me really want to play cards and dice again. I'm having so much fun with this, man. All right, runners at 2nd and 3rd. Indians mounting a threat here.
And we will play the infield in for sure this time.
Oh, yeah, we will. Buddy Bell up. He has a homer and a single, so 2 for 2 in the game. And 4-4.
4-4 against a righty. That is a catcher chance. Reroll all of them, please.
Okay. And we have us a 2-9.
And an 8.
And a 16 on the D20.
Okay, so a 3 and a 16. That is a pop-up in foul territory.
Okay.
Guillen is an E8, and that is a 11. And that is caught in foul territory.
By Sanguillen.
By Sanguillen, yes.
Right. Now, it does have foul outs. These are foul outs just for the outer. So we're just going to do this as a pop to second or pop to catcher.
Yep, pop to catcher. That's fine. If fair or foul, it kind of doesn't matter for this.
Right. Tony says he's enjoying rooting for the Evil Empire, especially after having to endure the parking lot attendant McCoy years. All right. So can Candelaria get out of it here? Up to bat now is Dwayne Kuiper, singled and grounded out in this game. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. I know I'm breaking the flow a little bit, but
that's okay.
All right. And we got us a 1-7.
And against the lefty, that's a fly ball to center field, and Robinson camps under it and makes the catch to retire the side.
Buccos get out of it. All right. Moving along here, top of the 5th inning, knotted at 3, and it's going to be We're going to have Bill Robinson, Manny Sanguian, and Dave Parker do up. Robinson singled his last time up. And rolling the bones, and it's a 2-4.
That looks like a 1-5 there.
Or there's. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a 1-5. Duh, I'm an idiot. See, I'm an idiot. Okay. It is a 1-5. I was testing you, Tim. Yeah, that's it. I was testing you.
Accuracy's alrighty. It struck him out.
Struck him. Oh, Bill Robinson. Come on, Bill Bojangles Robinson. Strike out. All right. And here's Sanguian. And rolling them up. And look at that. We got a 6-7. I just like
that's a tough ground ball of the second. And that is Kuiper again. So re-roll all the dice.
Oops. All right. And boom. There we go. So now we got a 6-8 and a 3 on the D. I don't know if you need the D20. So 6-8.
Oh, yeah. The D20 goes first.
Okay. So it's a 3 on the D20 and then a 6-8 on the dice.
2 and a 3. Nice diving stop by Kuiper. Let's see. Kuiper is.
Hopefully he drops the ball.
E12. And that is a 14. Oh, bounces it in the dirt, but nice pick by the first baseman, and that retires Sanguian.
Damn. Damn it. Oh, well. Okay. 2 down. Here's Dave Parker. 2 singles in this game.
Remember, the game is tied.
Game is tied, but, you guys putting those big 3 up there in the bottom of the first, that's scary stuff. All right. So we got a 3, 2, and a 3 on the D20.
Well, that's actually helpful because there is there are sometimes where there's an open up right-sided facing triangle, and for advanced you take whatever the first line is, but in super advanced you read the second part. So this is a line drive to Kuiper, and that's retires the side.
Another line out to second. Jeez. All right. So we got a pretty tough game here going, Tim.
Yes, we do.
Bottom of the 5th. And here we go. George Hendrick to lead things off. 3 on the D20, 1-5.
And
against a lefty. There, I sounded like I'm a Strat guy. Do you hear that, guys?
Yes, you did. That's over the outside corner. Got him looking.
Nice. All right. Steal right out. All right. Bat up here. Rico Cardi rolling him up. 10 and a 4-9 off a lefty. I'm trying here. I'm not convincing anybody, right?
D20 says 10, so that is a line drive and into the grass of the second baseman. 2 down. That was a 1-8 single chance. So the 10 means he is out.
We'll take it.
Okay.
All right, here's Boog Powell. All right, and we got a 5-6, 17 on the D20.
And that is a base hit. That was a 1. That 5-6 roll has come up way too often for Candelaria.
Okay, got a single.
Yep.
All right. So the Indians are now in double digits in hits. Brings up Frank Duffy. Frank Duffy has flown out and popped out. And we got us a 5 and a 4-12.
4-12 against the righty. That's 1 on the. So that is a single 1 base advance.
Damn it.
That's
See,
right.
I told you.
Pitcher coming up next.
I told you I'm getting scared. I know.
Cerrone's coming up. So it's about the same.
All right. Here's Cerrone. About the same. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Here we go, guys. It's a 10 and a 5-7.
Okay, 5-7 against the righty. Struck him out.
Candelaria getting him when he needs it. All right. That will retire the side. Whew. All right. We can breathe a little bit here at Cleveland Municipal Stadium because folks in Pittsburgh making the trip. All right. Richie Zisk up. And this is a 7-1-5.
Okay. So 1 and a 5. Struck him out.
All right. I like that that this is a lot easier to see now. You kind of had to hunt and peck before. All right. All right. Here's Willie Stargell. And this is a 4, a 5, and a 6.
5 and a 6. Struck him out.
I should have been a curling fan. Okay. 2 down, and here's Rennie Stennett.
You really want to yell grown men yell hard?
No, you're right. You're right. I think I'll just stick with only if Scots could come up with a game with yeah. Anyhow, what do we got here for Stennett? So on the D6s, it's a 2-5 and a 1 on the D20. I know I'm going backwards now.
5 against the righty. That is a base hit to right field.
All right, there we go. There we go.
Of course, Mr. Stennett is one of the, I think it's a 6-for-6 or a 7-for-7 guy.
Mm-hmm. Picked a bad week to stop sniffing glue, says John DFW. All right. Here's Richie. Come on, Richie. All right, 17 and a 4-8.
Ooh, the 17 means that's a line drive to second base, and that retires the side.
Damn. Richie. We hardly knew you, lad. All right. So moving along, bottom of the 6th inning, we are still knotted at 3. And here's Dennis Eckersley, singled his last time up. And we got a 5 and a 6-2.
6-2 against.
All right, Tony got the update. Awesome.
Ground ball to ground ball to short up the middle, and fielded and throws him out.
And my cat is like attacking me right now as we're talking. But I'm going to soldier on, Tim. I'm going to soldier on. All right, here's Rick Manning. Rick Manning has been on base all 3 times today, a single, double, and a walk. Rolling him up here, and we got us a 16 and a 1-8.
And, good thing it's against the lefty, because 1-2 home run chance, so that's a fly ball to left.
Fly ball to left. All right. I don't know what my cat is doing under here. There you go. Oh, he was just trying to get out. So my cat, he has to be, well, I have 2 cats, but this one has to be everywhere I am. So if I'm at my desk doing whatever, he is under my desk. If I'm sleeping, he is sleeping next to me. Doesn't matter. Wherever I go in this room, he's there. He thinks he's a dog, and I love him.
But he's his mommy or his daddy.
Yeah, he's a big cat, though. And when he wants out, he's big boy. All right, here we go. Buddy Bell. Buddy Bell has a home run in this game and a single, so 2 for 3 overall. And we got us a 7-3-6.
And that is a base hit. Buddy Bell was 281 with 7 homers and 6 RBIs in 76.
Yep, Buddy Bell ripping it up here today, having himself a good game. All right, so with 2 down, now batting is Dwayne Kuiper. Has a single, 1 for 3 in the game. And this is a 3-6-8.
Okay, so 6-8 against the lefty. Bouncer to second, and we'll say he goes the 4-6 route for the final out.
4-6? All right. So we don't find the 4-6 this way. We find the 4-6 in the manual outs. So again, it's just going to be a plain old ground ball, and we're going to go second. Where is it? Oh, my and second to short. And enter play. And there we go.
Okay.
Top of the 7th, still knotted at 3. And leading things off here, John Candelaria. So now, again, I don't know how Strat's fatigue rules work or anything like that.
Because we're leaving it at a 7, this would technically be his first inning.
Let me interrupt for a second. Paul, you got 2% battery, 5 a.m. Just want to let you know really quickly, and I'm going to send a support ticket in, but I'm going to let you know first, and then I'll let Craig know unless you want to. The APA dice are wrong. They're D12s in here, and they should be D6s. 2 D6s. So I'll let Craig know. But anyhow, thank you for coming in at 5 a.m., buddy, and save that battery power. All right, so there he is, guys. He's the play tester and frontline bug squasher for the Pocket Pennant Run software. Check out that channel. Great stuff on there, including awesome tutorials for Pocket Pennant Run. All right, Tim, where are we? Bringing up a batter here to Candelaria. Oh, I didn't do anything with Candelaria yet, did I?
Well, no. Well, Eckersley's pitching, right?
Yes.
Well, okay, so Candelaria still has a bit to go, and I don't think you want to hit for him now.
No.
Okay, so but Eckersley, if we want to say that 7 is his fatigue inning, so what the rule is for Strat, and this is if you were actually playing Strat, you take, so it's a starter 6. So starting at the 6th inning, if he gives up a combined total of, in one inning, 3 hits and or regular walks,
Okay.
he is considered tired. Now, what tired means is you'll see like strikeouts with a dot.
Okay.
If one of them hits, it's not a strikeout. It's a single with runners advancing 2 bases.
Okay. Have to remind me of that, but that's cool to know.
But that's only if we can get to the magic number of 3.
Okay. Gotcha. All
We
right.
got to follow our Schoolhouse Rock rules. 3 is the magic number.
3 is the magic number. And if we're doing Sesame Street, what today's show is brought to you by the letter C, because it's Cleveland. We're playing in Cleveland. All right, here we go.
And coming up is at the 7th inning stretch, we will do the Supremes pinball game.
Love it. All right, so
we'll know what that means when I get started.
We got a 3 and a 10 here on the D6s.
Okay, so that is a walk. Candelaria walks on a 3-10.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
So let's
Candelaria board, and back at the top of the order, Frank Tavares.
Okay, because it's the 7th inning,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to assume that because he's a typical A bunter, that he would be a B. He'll be a B. They're expecting a bunt, and we will bunt for Tavares.
Okay. Now I've got to see something here because I've never tried. Oh no, I think we just do a. Let me see. We're gonna do a sack bunt. We're doing a sack bunt, right?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So let me roll the dice here, because you can't roll the dice and have the chart up, can you? I guess you can.
Yeah,
roll
I can. I'll roll the dice first. Duh,
yes,
I
we're
forgot.
only looking at the white in the. So we have a 5, which means it's going to the first baseman. B and a 4. Oh boy, the D20 says 2, and Tavares is safe.
Tavares is safe, so the bunt works, and it's not just even a sack bunt. Okay,
no,
cool.
He beats it out.
So we're just going to call this a base hit.
Yes.
Nice. Hello from across the pond, Sean. Really? Okay. How you got from Canada to Europe that quickly? Awesome. Welcome in, Sean. All right. Eckersley in a little bit of trouble here.
Do we want to bunt Robinson? He's a B, but make him a C. I'm
going to let you manage however you be playing this.
You got Sanguian, Perker, and Zisk do up. I think that's, you know what? Well, we're going to swing away.
We're going to swing away. All right.
Swing away.
Rolling the bones here, Tim. We got a 3-7.
And
Paul's in Cyprus. Yes.
That is an excellent idea to swing away, because that ball is driven to deep center field, rounding second, heading home is the runner on second. Now let's see this. Okay, who is on first?
You've been waiting on to say that. Right? Frank Tavares is on first.
Okay, so we were holding him on, so he'd be a 16. The ball has hit the center field, and our center fielder is Hendrick.
Our center fielder is Rick Manning.
Rick Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Manning is a -1, so he'd be a 1 to 15. So we're gonna the runner on second will score for sure.
Okay, we just need to figure out what kind of hit it is, and
okay, now hold on a second.
Or if it's an out and an advance or whatever.
This may be a little difficult because we're going to try to get 2 runs. Do you want to? You know what? Because he's a 1 to 15. That's a 75% chance.
Just let me know what you need me to do, brother.
Okay, roll all the dice, and we're going off what the D20 says.
The D20 says 6.
Okay, so that's going to be double 3 stars.
A double 3 stars. Wow.
Because both runners will score.
All right. Boom and boom. 2-run score. And the Pirates now put a little bit of distance from them. 5 to 3 and a runner on second. And there's the 2 little dudes there hanging out.
That's a walk and 2 hits. Yes.
Okay. This is not a bug. This is something else I need to report. So because the game, right. So if this pops up, guys, this is just saying Eckersley's become fatigued due to runs, which actually funny in Strat. I guess now he is fatigued. I don't know.
No.
But all right. So
he
don't
not be fatigued because of runs.
Right. So guys, do not pay attention to this unless you're playing pocket pennant run. So just dismiss that. It's not going to matter. You're going to see over here that this is going to drop, but it doesn't matter. Ignore this. If you're playing pocket pennant run, don't ignore it. But we're playing Strat. The game doesn't know I'm playing Strat. All this, when we pick Strat, if we had no dice up here, we would still get that message, but he's not going to be affected. It's what's going to be off of the Strat cards or APA, or if you're playing fast action cards with Status Pro or whatever game you're playing.
All right,
okay.
So we're going to get, actually, since we were playing the Pirates, Jim Bibby and Dave LaRoche are listening in the bullpen.
Okay. We'll just remember that because, again, we don't have to even do the warm-up rule in here. We're just going to bring them in when needed.
Okay, so
we got Manny Sanguillen up.
Yep, so we do have Sanguillen. All right, roll the dice.
All right, we got a 3 and an 8.
And as a ground ball to short, the runner on second holds, and the batter is out.
Okay. So that's a 6-3. Boom. Okay. 1 away. And it brings up Dave Parker. And we have a 2-9.
Against a righty, struck him out.
All right, 2 away. Richie Zisk, 3-2.
And that's ball 4, and that will be it for Eckersley.
All right. So we're going to go to the Indians bullpen.
And we will go with, let's see, we have lefty, righty, lefty. We'll go with the lefty LaRoche.
Okay.
And yes, this is Adam and Andy's dad.
Oh, hang on. I did the wrong thing here. I got to go to bullpen. There we go. So who are we putting in?
Dave LaRoche.
Dave LaRoche. All right. So once again, guys, now don't worry about any of this. This is pocket pennant run stuff. Just click enter and just make sure we got LaRoche in there. And there he is. We're ready to go. And see, so notice I'm glad I clicked on him anyhow, because for pitchers, there's also the board game assistant. And this is where you're going to see. So let's say that in your game, LaRoche, let's say the Bucks have like a speedy runner on a second. He spins around, nails the guy, picks him off at second. So this is where you find the stuff off the pitcher's card, box, wild pitches. If you're playing by the stupid modern rules, clock violation for either batter or pitcher, if your game calls for it. Okay, Paul is back. So Paul, welcome back.
I would like to see Strat if they could maybe update some of their rare plays. I know like they have a couple that aren't too terrible, but maybe a catcher X rare play could be a pitch clock violation.
Okay, that would be interesting, right?
And then then like maybe for one of them it could be just re-roll the at bat. One of them could be a walk, or it could be. Well, actually, batter can't advance. Just either a ball or, have it restart. Okay, so we have LaRoche facing
Richie. Yep. And
are we sure? Okay.
Well, current batter's the same as last batter. No, I got to do batter up. Sorry, my fault. So. There we go. It's Willie Stargell.
All right, let's go ahead and roll the dice.
All right, for the Starge, it's a 5-7.
Struck him out.
Yeah. So that was already brought up. Earlier, Paul, so you probably didn't hear me say that when you're off to get your charger, but Corey brought that up to us. So he says that'll be a small update. Cool. All right, and this is a strikeout. All right. So Willie Stargell strikes out to end the inning. All right, it's 7th inning stretch time, so we'll take a minute here just to catch up. So Paul, I've been telling the guys that we're Tim's rolling up Strat here. So pocket pennant run is still, of course, bringing up messages about pitcher fatigue and stuff. I'm just telling the guys, just ignore it. It doesn't matter because we're not paying any attention to any of this stuff. Doesn't matter. But so far, everything's been playing really well. We just found, again, thanks to Corey, I hadn't even noticed because I thought the last time I looked, the APA dice were right. I don't know. But anyhow, yeah, they're showing as 2 D12s. But guys, again, you can play APA without this, again, by just turning off or you could even just leave on the Strat dice. Really, really doesn't matter. But for those of you that are you want to be really picky, or you want to play Strat without rolling the dice, obviously that's something that you want. Forgot to double check dice yesterday. All right, so now we got it straight to the man. All right, well, Paul, you're going to have we sentenced you to 5 weeks off of your regular job with pay for not checking the dice. See, we're merciful here. Or harsh. I don't know which are we. Okay, George Hendrick leading things
on. Your seventh inning stretch is brought to you by the Pointer Sisters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
See, and you can't say there's not multimedia entertainment on here. Thank you. Give it up for Tim. Come on, give him some love here, guys.
Yes, the Pointer Sisters did. If you watch Sesame Street back in the day when they have the pinball game going and they count to 12, that was done by the Pointer Sisters.
Love it.
So, and one of the Pointer Sisters, I think their father was an NFL official. He's a bet judge, I believe.
Guys, that was the best seventh inning stretch ever on this channel. Just saying. Just saying.
Don't make me start going, Rubber Ducky, you're the one.
Oh, go for it, man.
You make bath time so much fun.
And the train wreck begins. I love it. Oh my God.
By the way, since we are visiting, and we won't do, if we were in Pittsburgh, we could do It's a Beautiful Day in Their Neighborhood, because Fred Rogers is from Pittsburgh.
Yep. May his memory be eternal. Fred Rogers. Just quickly, have you ever seen his testimony before Congress? She's just brilliant. What a great man he was. Fred Rod. There was a quick story about him too. That and I don't show bird is the word, says Aaron Reed. So what's really cool is so the thing with Mr. Rogers, when he would feed the fish, how that started when he would say, "I'm feeding the fish now." There was a sightless girl who's listened to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood every day when it was on, and had her parents write in, "I love your show, but I want to make sure that the fish are being fed." And Fred Rogers got that letter, and from then on, in every show, he would say, "I'm now," when he was getting ready to leave, whatever, "I'm feeding the fish now." He did that for that little girl. What an amazing man he was. And he was a Presbyterian minister. I did not know that. He was an ordained minister. Mm-hmm. So Aaron Reed grew up watching, I think all of us saw Mr. Rogers. I loved it. King Friday and whoever else.
And I forget. Of course, the mailman, Mr. McFeely, of course, is Fred Rogers' middle name.
Oh, I did not know that.
McFeely is Fred McFeely Rogers.
Wow. And how he got to be a Presbyterian rather than a Catholic with that middle name. Oh, well, that's okay. Great guy. And who else was, we're going to have a Mr. Rogers chat some night, guys. That's all there is to it. So, Tim, is there anything you don't, we're getting you on Jeopardy because
it would have to be Sports Jeopardy.
Well, that's all right. We can do that. That. And Paul, who's from Liverpool, home of my favorite band, Fancy Jam Bossy, he's even heard of Mr. Rogers. So Mr. Rogers reaching across the pool.
Game Beatles, there was a way back 15. So they played bar trivia every Thursday.
Okay.
And last Thursday they had a game. It was a way back baseball, and I pretty much got 13 out of the 15 questions, and we'll go over the two after this half inning. One of them.
Okay.
For this half inning.
That would actually be fun.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We got George Hendrick to lead things off here for the Indians in the bottom of the seventh. Pittsburgh leading 5-3, but doesn't seem like any lead safe against the Tribe here. Rolling them up, and it's a 3-2.
And that's a ground ball to short. Now we will, since this is just a one-off game, we will not play injury, but this is ground ball plus injury.
Oh.
We will not play injuries.
Okay, and actually, that's an interesting thing. So, Paul, while we have you here, how would this game? There's cousin Ken. What's the bath for? Is rolling a game. You don't want to know, cuz. So, Paul, so let's say that we were that a game would call for an injury. Does this game handle injuries at all?
Because of that, just do a substitution.
I would do substitution, but I mean, I'm just thinking in terms of like, I mean, you could do a substitution, but I'm just wondering, like, is there a way? Of course, I guess the game doesn't really track injuries, does it? So I guess you're right. It doesn't really matter. Never mind. Tim straightened me out. Okay, what do we got here in the play? I'm sorry, Tim.
We got 3 and a 2. Ground ball to short.
Grounder to short. All right. I wanted to have brawls and stuff like that, though. It's got to have brawls.
Do brawls. Strat does not do brawls.
Okay, but I mean, I at least want Pocket Pennant Run to do it. So Craig Harris, Matt McKeever, put him in. I want bench clearing brawls. I want what's her name, Morgana, to come out on the field on a rare play. Watch, they'll probably do it now. Things in the pipeline. Oh, here we go.
And on a home game where if a pitcher hits 3 batters.
So we got things in the pipeline here. We've got the schedule. I can't wait for the schedule creator. So schedule stats, injuries, half ratings, fictional universe. And he has the whole list, including brawls, rare play. Oh my God. So I'll absolutely, right. So Paul, I'll be Chuck McGinnis if some night I'm playing on here and Morgana comes out in the field. I'm going to lose it. It'll be awesome. You'll get all kind. You'll get Cousin Castro. He will finally do, especially if we could get a really nice little sprite of Morgana, well endowed that she was. Oh, I'm so bad. Okay, here's Rico Cardi. All right, Rico's got a 4-7, Tim.
4-7 against the lefty. That's a fly ball to right field, and backing up a couple steps is the right fielder, and he makes the catch.
Tim's killing me over here. He's killing me over here. I'm telling you what, break out the paddles. Clear. All right. Here's Boog Powell. And for the Boogster, we got a 6-7. Again, guys, we're playing Strat on here.
That is a second base chance for the Pirates. Who is our second baseman?
Second baseman here for these Buccos will be Rennie Stennett.
Okay, roll the dice, please.
All of them. Here we go. Kaboom.
Ooh.
And we have a 2-2. And you went on the decider die first. 19 on the decider die, and then 2-2.
Or that's a 4, actually. You add them up. But that's okay. 2 and a 19 is fine. Stennett, E19 and a 4. That's not going to be... Oh, he makes the play. Okay. So that's
what do we got?
Ground ball to second.
Okay, just your basic 4-3 and textbook and stuff. All right, and that ends the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. Sean asked if there are any PDF teams players that were included with previous versions of the games that are not included with this version. No. So the only thing you have to worry about with included teams, Sean, would be with the physical version of the game, what comes with that. So what I did, even though I was using, Paul had sent me last night the pre-release version, had a bunch of teams that he did, but I just did clean install. So again, easy enough to make your own teams. So no, you're not missing anything. Dusty Crevice says he just logged on and got his login pack and just got a 100 Bryce Harper in perfect team. Damn, look at you. Dusty Crevice bringing it here out of park in perfect team and out of the park baseball. All right, top of the 8th. I'm sorry, Rennie Stennett here leads it off, Tim. And
we'll go ahead and do after the first start here. So we have a 4-5.
4-5, yep.
And the D20 says 15.
15, yeah.
And that is in the gap and rattles around and into second with a stand-up double is Rennie Stennett.
All right, Rennie, here we go.
And our trivia question that I had missed, what pitcher had the most wins in the 1960s?
Ooh, I'm gonna hazard here Sandy Koufax.
Incorrect.
I kind of thought so. Guys, what pitcher had the most wins in the 1960s? Because I'm thinking, because again, there was that dominance of Koufax, but yeah, no, the entire decade. And of course, it would be the 60s, my weakest decades. All right, guys, so there's the trivia question, and Tim will have the answer for us, I guess, at the bottom of the 8th. Oh, Juan Marichal. Does Midlife Crisis have it?
Midlife Crisis is correct. It is Juan Marichal.
All right, there we go. Giants great, Juan Marichal.
Yes.
So, and Cousin Ken got it too. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And here's Richie Hebner. And Hebner with a 3-8 and an 8 on the D20.
That is a ground ball to second, but the runner advances to third.
All right. We'll take it. We will take it. So ground ball for 3 and runner on third, 1 away for John Candelaria. And Pirates decision here. I think Danny Murtaugh. Let's see what Danny Murtaugh says in pocket pennant run.
I would say probably bunt. Yes.
He's saying no. He's saying pinch hitter.
Okay. So do we want to pull? Let's see here.
Oh, Candelaria has kept you guys quiet since the first inning. You know what? I'm going to keep Candelaria on. I don't know.
Or do we want to let Tekulve get a 6th inning save?
Sleep well, Paul. Thank you. I'm sorry, Tim.
Or do we want Kent Tekulve to get a 6-out save?
Ooh.
You know what? No.
I'm going to let you decide.
We are going to let Candelaria hit.
I'm going to let him swing away?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because there's not enough speed on there at third to try a squeeze, although that would be fun.
Well, technically, all you have to do is get it down.
But we're talking Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah. So
I said it before you did. All right, here we go. We got a 3-9 and a 12 on the D20.
It's a swing and a miss, struck him out. So
after all of that. All right, 2 out.
9 would not have been a good squeeze result, anyways.
Not at all. All right, here's Frank Tavares. So Tavares, the only time he was on base with, he had a single walk. There's MV. MV, have you picked this game up yet? I'm gonna keep bugging you until you do, MV. And I know all the Brits are having a laugh now, both Paul and MV, when I say about bugging somebody, because it means something completely different in Ireland and the United Kingdom. So I won't bugger you literally, MV, just metaphorically. Oh, he got it. Excellent. Good. All right. It's 1-7, Tim, and a 9 on the D20.
That is a fly ball to center field that is caught, and that will end the inning.
Anticlimax. It's kind of the story of my love life. All right. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 5-3 Pittsburgh.
One more second here, and I will give you the other question that I got wrong.
And as you're doing that, midlife crisis, I'll always remember my high school basketball coach, also the gym teacher, reading his autobiography during class and telling me he's the most underrated great pitcher in history. They have meds for that, cousin. Thanks a lot, cuz. Oh, man. So it's good to see MV. So, guys, they just started season 10. Holy hell. Season 10 of Fields of Dreams. So go Red Bolts. Go Red Bolts.
All right. So the other question that we got wrong was this playing, or I guess whatever you want to call it, closed on September 21st, 1961.
What was the question again?
We'll say this
blank.
This blank.
Okay.
Closed on September 21st, 1961. So we're looking for the name of the place where a team played.
Oh my God, 1961?
Yes.
Oh God, Polo Grounds.
No.
Okay, because it can't be Ebbets because it was already torn down.
Right.
I'm thinking of the teams that moved. Wait, Boston. Was it from the
Fenway was year 30.
No. But where the Braves played.
No.
Okay, so it wasn't. I forget the name of their park. Shit. Okay, is it a ballpark?
Yes.
Okay, it is a ballpark. Griffith Stadium says midlife and MV
midlife is 2 for 2 on these questions.
These guys. All right, you bums. Griffith Stadium. Well, is Washington still in the league? Haha. Yeah, I had to say.
Montreal.
Thanks to Montreal, right? All right. Here's Frank Duffy, and Frank's got a 210 on the roll.
Right, so Duffy 210, fly ball to right field, caught. And I think we are going to have a pinch hitter for Mr. Cerrone.
Okay. Again, guys, if you see this and you're just using this as board game companion, ignore this pop-up. Okay, so we're going to lift Rick Cerrone.
Yes.
All right, let's go to bench. And who do we want?
And we will go, since we're just going to play like a 40-man roster, we will go with Alan Ashby.
All right at the top of the list. And pinch hit and make changes. And Alan Ashby, pinch hitting for Rick Cerrone. All right, there we go. I mean, that was really bad. All right, here we go.
Sorry, now betting for Cerrone, Alan Ashby.
Ashby, that's beautiful.
Fair, Bob Shepard did call Rick Cerrone. That went from his time at the Yankees, yes. Especially if he was there in the 70s.
Yep. Yeah. Ashby's got a 6'5".
Okay, 6'5", switch hitter betting right-handed. That is a chance for the shortstop. And that is Frank Taveras. Oh, boy. Okay, roll all the dice, please.
All right. And so the D20 is a 13, and then we have a 3-6.
Okay, so 3 and a 13. That is fine. Taveras is an E44. Oh, boy.
Is that good or bad?
That's bad.
Yeah, he's kind of even Pocket Pennant run agrees. He's a D shortstop.
But the 9 is good enough, and he will make the play.
Whew.
Yeah, so
collective exhale here.
44 actually for a shortstop has only 4 error chances, which to me is kind of, and oh boy, I think we're going to pinch hit for LaRoche.
Okay, so guys, remember when you're doing this, you still got to hit batter up before you can do your pinch hit. So he's going to come to the plate. Now, again, so if you're playing with you just want to just go to your bench. We'll talk about over here just really quickly. So you got for pitchers. So we're gonna pause game action here because I should have done this earlier. I made the mistake and didn't point it out. So if you hit the bullpen tab up here at the top of the pitcher's card, you use this when you're just using warm-up rules. So if your game has warm-up rules, you still wouldn't use this. You're still going to use off your game. If you're playing Pocket Pennant run, you go to bullpen. But if you're just doing a straight-up switch, you want to click this big button down here, go to bullpen, and then you just select your guy and send him to the mound, whatever, okay? And for pinch hitters, we just go to bench, and Tim will tell us who's going to pinch hit. Just make sure that you have pinch hit selected. This is also we do pinch runners, by the way.
Pinch hitting for LaRoche, Frank Robinson.
The judge. All right. Come on, Frank. Where are you, buddy? There he is. All right. And so make sure to radio button what you're doing here and pinch hit the guy and make change. You can do it in any order. And if you want to do your announcer voice, you can because he's in there. All right. And Frank Robinson, he rolls himself a 3-8.
3-8 against the lefty is a fly ball to center field, and that will retire the side.
All right, let's take a look at the pretty score sheet here for a minute. Ultra lineup. We got to fix this lineup here. Okay, yeah, we do.
So the Ashby will stay in and catch.
We're going to stay in Ashby to catch. Okay, let's change his position here, and we're going to make him a catcher and change position. Okay. And then and Robinson is out, right? He just did his job and he's done.
He's done. The new pitcher will be Tom Buskey.
All right, Tom Buskey. And boom, change position. And we are saving the lineup. And you don't worry about this either. This means nothing. So Tom Buskey is heading to the mound. And we're not going to worry about fatigue, anything like that. So we're ready to go. All right, here's Bill Robinson. And we're rolling him up. We have a 2-6.
Against a righty. Ooh, 18 is not good. That's a ground ball to second and does not get by the second baseman. So ground out to second.
All right. One down here now for Manny Sanguillen.
Mm-hmm.
Sanguillen with a 3-10.
And that's a ground ball to first, and he takes it to the bag himself.
All right.
So
2 down here quickly. Go ahead, Tim. I'm sorry.
We've gotten a lot of interesting plays, although I want to see how it would handle, like, say, if you had the 1-run score, but then the trail runner gets thrown out, how they would handle that.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. And so I know you would go to the. We're not going to make it happen here, but we would have to manufacture that
target
here
out.
and the manual outs.
Okay, so it'd be like maybe. Oh boy.
I know there's a lot up there.
Yeah.
So we hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, either that or you'll have to work something out.
Absolutely. I'm just glad he added this because you're not, that's obviously not in here. This is just all the pedestrian stuff here. So
right.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure there's got to be a way, because if we even have the good old, I mean, the unassisted triple play, there it is. It's right there. So
yeah, well, there could be that good old Neo Lomax that happens. So
all right, here's the Cobra.
Dave Parker, after Busky and Ashby get their signs reacquainted.
There we go. 5-7 for the Cobra.
5-7 as a lefty, and that's once again a next chance for Dwayne Kuiper. Roll all the dice, please.
And they are rolled 11 on the 20 and 4-11.
Okay, so that's 15 for Kuiper. 12. And Kuiper throws it in the dirt and safe on an error.
Yeah, baby. All right. So let's hit this error. There we go. All right, E4. Oh, I wanted to look at the score sheet because I wanted to see what an error looks like now on a score sheet and stuff like that. So here it is, all nice and colorful. I'll make it just there. I'll Viagra it once. There we go. So I think this is just a pretty thing. I think this is a pretty thing, the way it works.
Track the way I do, like the AB1, AB2, AB3, AB4, instead of staggering them by inning.
Nice. So there you go, guys. All right, let's go ahead and close this. And got Richie Zisk here.
Yep.
All right, that is a 3-11.
Against the righty, ground ball to third, throws to first to get him. And that will retire the side.
All right.
So Candelaria, chance to go the distance, I believe.
This is like old-timey baseball here.
Yep.
Bottom of the ninth, Indians down 2 runs, and we're gonna see the 1-2-3 hitters. Manning, Bell. Remember, Buddy Bell had that big 2-run shot back in the first, and Dwayne Kuiper.
Well, we are going to maybe see if I got somebody that can play second base for. No, we do. Okay, Kuiper will be pinch hit for.
All right, let's go to our bench.
No, when he gets up.
Oh, when he gets up. Yeah, I'm okay. Here we go. Let's roll the dice here for Mr. Manning, and we have us a 3-8.
Swung on and missed, struck him out.
All right. And again, we don't care about this. All right, here's Buddy Bell. Yikes. All right, Buddy Bell, we got a 3-10.
Tapper back to the mound. Underhands at the first. 2 away.
Amen, amen. I must be living right today. Yes.
All
right, 2 away. And you said we're going to pinch hit for Kuiper?
Yes.
Okay.
Larvell Blanks will pinch hit for
gotcha.
Dwayne.
All right, pinch hit. Kuiper is out of the game. And there we go. I want to be named Larvell. I like that name. All right, here we go.
The last name of Blanks.
3-4.
3-4. Swung on and missed. Ball game.
That was a good one. That was fun. Had Cleveland won. Whatever. That was a fun, good, tight ball game for the Pirates. 5-9-0, and the Indians 3-12-1. Yes. We can look at there's our box score. Candelaria with the win, Eckersley with the loss. And so normally if you would have had somebody you could enter who would have the save if it was a save, but Candelaria goes the distance. So you can look at your away team, home team, look at everything. What I would like to see, again, don't know if it's possible in this game. I'm old-fashioned. I do like box scores to look kind of like box scores. But I'm not gonna whinge too much about it. So there we go, guys. And then you can export. We can export this to a PDF, and it's now been saved. So PDF one game day, and let's have a look at it. Let's see what it looks like. So Tim, I mean, considering that we were doing some, and I don't know why I apologize to you guys for the damn icons. So I'm going to quit doing that. Even save games to box or replay? No. So I'll let you guys. What did you think? I mean, do you flow wise? Is it?
But that works. Like I said, there may be the rare thing of like, also I'd like to see what happens for, like, say, if you the throwout's easy for, like, throw them out of third, throw it out home on a fly ball.
Right.
I guess there could be some things that I could play around with, like especially the scoring from first on a double or scoring from second on a single when there's a single no stars.
Guys, there's your box score, and definitely, even though it doesn't look like a newspaper box score, I do like the PDF look of it. It's at least cleaner, a little bit easier to read rather than that kind of brown and beige color. I would also just in future, just like to mention these things, I would like to be able to change the skin on the game to something, I would, just to have that, maybe have it some different colors. So there it is, guys.
Want to see HENDRCK as your baseball box score?
Right. I know. So
little space
it was, yeah. All right, let's close all tabs then. Always after me, Lucky Charms. I always have to do that to people. Tell people I'm Irish, and I have to do that.
Yes. This is I think USA Today. I didn't realize that didn't come out till the 60s.
Oh wow. So guys, there we go. So Tim rolled up a complete game of Stratomatic. We used the dice, then we took away the dice, brought them back. Tim mixed up some Strat Advanced with some Super Advanced. We got tripped up once because we didn't realize there were 2 outs, and the game kept saying it's an illegal play. It's an illegal play. And we're like, bug. And then switched off, and Tim's like, oh no, we have 2 outs. So Tim and I both kind of missed that one. Can you see season stats? So you can, cousin, if you're doing so here, we'll do this really quick for cuz. Let's pick a year and we'll run some of it. Not quick play, geez. Oh, you mean, can you see season stats? Just what do you mean, cuz? Do you mean like for a team or during a replay? So I kind of need, because yes, the answer is yes, but I guess I'm wondering which do you want to see? So I can pick a team. We can look at their season stats. If we're doing a replay, yes, you can do season stats, and you'll be able to do that also with custom teams, meaning like the Bats League. It will keep all that for us. But yeah, let me know. I'll show you whatever you want to see here in terms of baseball.
I will say, so if I decide to do a full season with Strat, this would save me so much paper.
Oh my goodness. Season stats from a game just played. So yeah, you can. Okay. So if I'm understanding this correctly, from a game just played. Yeah. So if this was a game played in a season, so what we did though, is this was just a quick play game. So it doesn't have a reference, a season to add to. But if we were playing this game from history, and let's just pick whatever here for you, cuz we'll pick. I have to change the database here. I think no, I don't. If we were doing like 1884, because he loves the Providence Grays. So let's find the Providence Grays. Yeah, this would save a lot of paper, wouldn't it? So you haven't picked this up yet, though, right?
Oh, I got it at Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you do have this. Okay, cool.
And I swear, if it wasn't for you, then I wouldn't know when half the updates come, because I don't.
Oh, cool.
They didn't give me a chance to send in my email address.
Okay, Ken, we're just gonna National League here. There we go. So submit, and there we go. There's the Providence Grays. There's their 1884 season schedule. And let's just play a range of games, and I'll show you, cuz. And actually, what I should do is I'm going to close this. I want to just bring up, let's just bring up just Providence. So the way to do that, guys, pretty simple, because right now this is the entire schedule for 1884, and I just, right, National League, right? So we're going to close this, and then if I want to load a save season, right, I can just go to 1884, load this. Actually, I just want to go to the team. So
go back a window, and there should be something that says just load team schedule.
yeah. So let me go back, and it is just up here. Load a team schedule. There it is. Thank you, Tim. All right. So now we're looking at just the Providence Grays. All right. So let's start here on May 1st, and we're going to play through the end of June, just because it's going to take a little while. So we'll just do this to the end of June. Okay. And then what you want to do with this is you want to do, when you hit run box score sim, and then you want to do a full game sim. If you do quick sim, there's not going to be any stats. So full game sim, and let's let it run. It's going to do 47 games. Does it pretty good. Again, the game that's fastest at this is Baseball for Windows. I don't know what they do with the code underneath, but it flies and keeps all the stats. These 47 games would have been done already. I have no idea. So player picks are coming, MV, not yet, but it does have logos. You did see those. Yeah, so everybody, our last update was 6 weeks ago. But they are working on player picks, so they will be in here. And I told Craig, let me know. I'll give you a collection of 40,000 player picks. Have at it. I'm sorry, Tim.
Are they paying off the MLB to use the logos?
You know what? I have no idea, and I don't know, because again, that's the same thing with that one could ask about Baseball Mogul. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. And I'm not going to ask, you know. So you can see here, guys, that you got the original score. There's the replay score. And so Cuz wants to see some stats. So we can show stats. So if we were at the first screen of the game, at the team management, which is still called that once you jump into it, you're going to see the stats as they were in the actual season. But now we're seeing it as a replay. So if I do find a team, and then I just go down and grab the Providence Grays and do search stats. There you go. There's everybody's stats, what they've done so far. Again, not sort of. You can kind of look around here and see. Yeah,
Tim. For chopping off the zeros.
Yeah, I know. That's something I hope they fix. Got to have zeros in there. Got to have them. Also, do the colors
database where they put it as like the numbers are just whatever. I don't know. I put it as text instead of numbers.
Yeah, agree with you. So only use this for single team season replay. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. And you know, the other thing, Cousin, too, is it has manual entry. So bite me, MV. I was just about to answer your question and be a nice guy. Don't bite me. No. So the question was asked of Craig Harris about team colors, and you know, bearing in mind that the language they're using here is Python. So you know, you're using a kind of higher level language. So with that comes some limitations. But what they are going to be looking at are going to be consistent colors for home and visiting teams, which I think is nice. Yeah. Old Haas, we can even just look at his own stats just by himself right now too, because just by going here, doing find a player, I could just start typing here. But there's Old Haas and search stats, and so what's he doing now? 215 innings pitched. He is 11-15 and 2.51 earned run average. He has struck out 132, walked 85, so 60 earned runs right now. 75 runs, but 60 of them earned so far. So that's where he is. 1 balk, 14 wild pitches. He's hit 3 batters, but he'll be able to go all day. There's only 3 men. There's only 3 pitchers on this Providence team, I guess, rated as starters. But again, I take the 19th century right now, guys, with a grain of salt until I can actually, and I'm going to get Cousin Ken Castro's help for rating some of these for ballparks. We're going to look for ballpark information. So there are no ballparks rated and no managers rated for the 19th century and dead ball in this game yet. That's going to be my kind of project to help out with help Craig out so he can just worry about development. Paul can do bug squashing, and I'm going to do early baseball. Yeah, he did win 60 games that year. Yes, he did. And we could run out the whole season if we wanted to. So Tim, what do you think about this in terms of flow? And let's say, not being interrupted by me or whatever. Could you see yourself using this as something viable?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
I like the fact that you can enter in your own results. I mean, that's probably what you could have done anyway if you didn't have this.
Oh yeah,
dice showing. But yeah, like I said, it's just like the strat. You don't have to enter in the dice. You just roll what you want, put in the result, and you're done.
Right. So yeah, Ken, it is off. He was 60 and 12. But once we fix the 19th century and the dead ball era, we're going to see a lot more accuracy out of it from these eras. So that's why right now in Pocket Pennant Run, I pretty much am just, the only time I'm playing dead ball teams is if I'm just playing a modern, right, a live ball era team against them and have the dead ball team at home or whatever. So it does a little bit of normalization that way. But I'm not at this point. It doesn't make sense to play any dead ball or 19th century games in this until all these ratings can get done. Because I want those managers to be, making some of the calls as they're expanding the AI. And then when I go to ask managers, he calling for steals or whatever. Now, in your case, because you're not going to be playing Pocket Pennant Run baseball, that's not as important, but I still think having those ratings do make sense because, I mean, I'm pretty sure doesn't Apple use Park Effects as well as, because I know Strat does, right? You don't use Park Effects in Strat, right, Tim?
Yes, you can. Yes, in Super Advanced.
And Super Advanced, right? Because I know Inside Pitch uses them. I think a lot of cards and dice and their most advanced versions use.
And the nice thing with Strat is that you can roll based on weather. It depends on what month that you want to play it in and what time of day, either day or night.
So viable, you mean you'd like to put 1901 in here as far as the season? Put any season you want in here because it has everything. So let me close and show you. So if we play a game from history, whatever, that's what we go to. So 1901, and you have, I mean, you just we can load the season schedule, and there it is. There's the complete 1901 schedule as played with as played lineups. You can pick any game and play them. The other thing, is again, if you're just picking a team, then do it a different way. But you could even find it this way as well. But just to show you really, really quickly, let's say that we want to play. Let the White Sox auto play, but I'm going to hold the control key and I'm going to pick Tigers Brewers first game of that doubleheader, and Orioles and Boston Americans. Okay, so these three games are going to get replayed, and it's going to keep stats, right? So if I do run box score sim, full game sim, always do that, guys. I know I sound like a broken record, but important. Okay, so we have the scores. We can look at, if we highlight here, we can look at the box score for any game that's been played. So there we go. This was the Milwaukee-Detroit game, right? And Milwaukee took down the Tigers 6-3 in this game. Historically, oh my God. So this was a crazy game. 14-13 was the actual score in this game.
I would like to see if Strat get high scoring, because they make all these, Colorado, all those, 13-11 double digit each team. I can't say that I've had a double digit each team game played ever in Strat.
Oh wow, that's amazing! Because again, this is showing. Again, this was the actual score, the real score in that game. And so contrary to popular belief, and here just to prove my point, there were a lot of people think that dead ball games were low scoring games like all the time. That is entirely not true. Look, here's another game here. Tigers in Milwaukee, they just keep beating each other up. So on a game that happened on the 28th of April of 1901, this was a 12-11 game. There's an 11-6 game here. There's Phillies and Giants. The Phillies defeated the Giants 14-13. The Pirates taking down the Cardinals 14-12. So there were a lot. There were actually a lot of high scoring games in the dead ball era. Look at this one here, 23-12. Boston defeated the Athletics 23-12. We should look at we can't look at the box score, unfortunately, in game because we would have had to play it.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
We might be able to.
How?
Hold on. What year?
1901. I mean, we could look at it elsewhere, but I'm saying not in this software. Right.
Okay. What team?
Okay, so it was the Athletics versus the Red Sox. So Boston Americans, they were called then.
Okay.
May 2nd, 1901, and it was a 23-12 game.
It would have been 23-7, but for some reason the Philadelphia team had to score 5 in the bottom of the ninth.
It's something to do with an old rule, and I can't remember what that was. There was something about 1901. There was a weird rule about that, or I think that. No, I know it wasn't a rule. What they used to do in the dead ball era, and I learned this from the book Tales from the Dead Ball Era, is sometimes they would just allow, even if the team was getting slaughtered, to just go up. You know, it was that sense of old timey sportsmanship, so they could try to get a few more runs and stuff like that. And a lot of times, the team that was slaughtering them would kind of let up a little bit. So that's what happened. Yeah. Basically, that happened in the dead ball era. For as Wild West and crazy and violent and fast as the game was, it also kind of had a sense of gentlemanliness to it, I suppose. But yeah, so it was 23-7 without the extra 5 runs, but 23 runs. So I mean, however Boston did it, 23 runs, and this was played at the South End grounds in Boston.
21 earned runs by the A's pitching. So a guy by the name of Pete Luce pitched the first inning, and then poor Bill Bernhard pitched the rest of the 8 innings, gave up 19 hits, 18 runs, 14 earned, walked 3, and didn't strike anybody out.
Oh my God.
There were a combined 2 strikeouts in the game.
And let's also remember this Boston team was powerful. In 1901. This is the first year of the American League, and they're in the first World Series 2 years later against the Pirates and defeat the Pirates 5-3. Ken here reminds us in the 1880s the home team would often bat first. So yeah, fun stuff.
Interesting.
So Tim, I now that you say you did, I'm so glad you got this, and I'm glad that you're going to find this something viable to use. And I think for anybody too, if you think about I just remember, when I was playing a lot of cards and dice back as an undergrad stuff, and if I'd be playing solo, it's like, oh my God, I've got to write out all this stuff and I've got to keep track of this. And I'd try to come up with like different things. It's like, okay, to try to remember who was on, what runners were on, and trying this and that. And it's like, God, if I would have had something back then like this, I probably would have never gone to, I started with digital baseball, but I think if there was something like this, I would have probably stayed with cards and dice. Because like this already does what I want. But yeah. So Tim, thank you so very much. This is two huge favors you've done on this channel. First, allowing me to stream one of your games on here, and then doing this tonight. I can't thank you enough, brother.
Not a problem.
And you got me wanting to play. Want me to roll some dice again now. Can't wait. I'm serious. I'm like, okay. I'm looking around the room. I'm like, I've got to make some room and keep the cats, give them so much catnip that they're just crashed for the night or something. So, well, guys, we can chinwag here for a couple more minutes, but I think we're going to call it here real soon. Yeah. This is my third broadcast today.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it. I got to get something done, and then 4:30 in the morning comes awfully early.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much, Tim. Everybody, Tim's the man. Give him some love. Hashtag Tim. Hashtag clebaseball879. Tim, have a good night. So, guys, thank you for coming in. And, cousin, if you do end up using this, I think you'll like it. And if you ever take my crazy idea to shuffle up the bats cards, if you ever do that, let me know, and I will create. I'll put those shuffled up bats cards, or even if you don't want to do it that way, just roll the game however you want to do it. So lots you can do. I would probably wait till the schedule generator comes out for something like that. But yep, you put anybody in here. You could do the Rockford Peaches if you wanted, and their entire schedule. So that does it. And Cousin Ken thanking Tim, and that was super, super cool. And Sean also thanking him and everybody else. So guys, pretty good night here. Overall, we started out slow, but I think when everybody found out Tim was going to be on, that was it, buddy. It's like having the Beatles, the real Beatles on here. Help you with the 19th century. Yeah, so because basically what I would need first and foremost would be help from you in terms of rating managers. So getting their names and actually rating them in this game. And then ballparks. I don't know how we're going to figure out hitter, pitcher, neutral ballparks for the 19th century. But if we can certainly get manager tendencies in here for bunting, stealing, whatever. And I mean, let's face it, they're going to be pretty close, right? There's a lot of stealing in the 19th century. It's similar to dead ball. It really is. So I would love it. Thank you. Yeah. Ever do a league where you use the biggest playboys and philanderers of baseball? That would be fun. Of course, you'd also have to, I think you got to, and then on the other side, you would have to have kind of the criminal guys, right? Or these supposed criminal guys. So you'd have to have Bad Bill Donlin in there and Benny Koff. Even if he didn't actually steal a car, it's a nice story. Put Benny Koff in there. I think it'd be brilliant. And you had, you have to have King Kelly as like, he'd have to be on the villain side, even though he was a criminal. The way he ran the bases, right, running from first to third, and completely bypassing second base. You gotta love a guy. You can. Well, I don't know if you can't you make your own card in here. We can put you in the game. You can create players in this game. So, but if you can only make a card for yourself in Appa, I'm sure there's probably a way to do that. It's out there online. There's got to be a way you can create your own Appa card. I think that would be really fun. But maybe I'll sneak you in here. I'll make a Ken Castro, and I'll put him on the Providence Grays, and I'll surprise you some night. I'll make a Ken Castro. Shit, I could do that in any of these games, but I think it'd be fun with this one, especially. I guess if nobody else has any questions, you got to see a good example of how this played with another game, with the dice off, with changing up different versions of that game from Strat Advanced to Super Advanced, and it worked out really well. Did an Apple card before based on your massive 12 at-bats in college. Awesome. And 10 of those 12 at-bats resulted in home runs. I think 3 of them were grand slams, if I recall. I did follow your exploits there, Cousin Ken. I did. I really did. Because I'm 98. And I always watch you young whippersnappers and what you did out there in the diamond. So I'm going to make you a card, man. And yes, I am. I remember because I was in this gentleman's club, and there was a woman named Elsie, and she had just the most amazing bloomers. And I think I caught you out of the corner of my eye, sneaking in. I believe you were at the time 10 years old, so getting a good start. I remember seeing you there. Guys, thank you very much. I'm going to jump off here, have a quick shower, watch a couple episodes of Sons of Anarchy, because that's one of my things I binge watch every few years, because the music's amazing, and it's the best retelling of Hamlet you can ever imagine is Sons of Anarchy. It really is. The next time we'll do some more baseball. Don't know when I'm going to be on next. Hopefully tomorrow night. Until then, thank you to Cousin Ken Castro, the heart and soul of this channel, to Sean, an awesome friend from up there north of the border. MV across the pond, thank you, my friend, for being here tonight. Aaron Reed, as always. Aaron, hopefully we can do us a chin wag here real soon. I know we didn't get one in this past weekend. Midlife Crisis, I want to thank him especially, too, for doing our first. We did like 2 innings or an inning and a half of Strat today on here, asynchronously, but it worked out pretty well. Thank you to Midlife Crisis for that. FAC Sports Desk with Paul. What a great guy. Guys, if you're new to Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, you want to get some good tutorials, check out Paul's channel. He also does a lot of other sports as well. Dusty Crevice, thank you, and congrats again on grabbing that Bryce Harper and perfect team. Good stuff, man. Aaron already said Aaron. Corey Highfield, thank you, Corey. Tony M., man who helped me with the Dodgers. Thank you, Tony, for coming in tonight. A lot of fun. Always good to see you guys. I think Philip Reynolds was here. AP was here. Thank you, AP. Probably everybody off long gone and asleep. Philip Reynolds, first one in the broadcast tonight and at the ballpark. And there's MV. He's still here picking on my Pittsburgh Pirates. But MV, wish the best for the Red Bolts and season 10 of the Fields of Dreams League. Do you guys have full ownership? Because every once in a while I kind of announce they should reach out to Steve or Big Clue, even though I haven't talked to those guys in months. I'm just not around much there anymore. But I don't know if you guys still have full ownership in the league. I think that's awesome. So they're in season 10, guys. And what a success story Fields of Dreams is. Okay, so MV says they think they have full ownership. When I was still involved with it was 24 people. So 24 people staying involved in a league. That's almost unheard of. So props to Steve Tate, Big Clue, certainly, and to all the players are making that a lot of fun. Bernie Strom did a broadcast tonight that I saw he was on. So I am keeping up with you guys. And rooting for the Red Bolts this year, buddy. All right, guys, take care, and we'll catch you around the batting cage. Good night.